I was just saying, that it's mostly keratin that your fingernails and toenails are made out of. How much do you have to compile to get enough carbon to make a ring
Hold on, he made a ring out of toenails?
out of the
Who in
Yep.
carbon?
who
Yep.
in
Who
Oh.
would marry that?
Oh. That's gross. Hello everybody.
Ew.
Welcome.
Hi.
Yeah, we're
Ew.
all staring at Craig right now. Hello everybody and welcome to tonight's show. Tonight we're gonna do it a little bit different. We don't have any guests on tonight. We are gonna have one guest on here in a little bit, but not he's going to be here just to talk a little bit about Flat Earth International Conference, Dallas. He happens to be going. He's going to be attending with me. We're going to talk about some of the events that we want to plan and have planned. And, well, I guess we don't have anything planned yet, but we're in the process of planning things. For anybody that's in the Dallas area or close, like Austin, Houston, Oklahoma City, I think we're going to try to have a 1 or 2 nights down here in Dallas where we have like some kind of get together with any of you guys out there that might be from Dallas. So, to say that, we do have a let's see, we are going to bring on MC Toon tonight. MC Toon is our special guest. He's going to be in Dallas with me. I've been in contact with Aaron Raw, who is also in Dallas. He said yes, it sounds fun and he's interested. What's the plan? I told him we don't have a plan yet, that we're putting everything together. But that the planning all really starts tonight. Now, I've been doing things in the background for a while now, like I contacted Robbie Davidson. Of course, I called him live while we were on Red's Rhetoric's show, and he is like, no,
nope,
no, no, no,
nope,
no, no, I don't
nope.
want to talk, don't want to talk, and hung up. Which is fine. He doesn't want to talk. I believe in transparency when it comes to things like that, so I did tell him that we were talking to him live on his show. So maybe he's just a little embarrassed about the conversation that he
Now,
wasn't prepared to
um,
have. Yeah.
what made him shy off was when you told me the call was being recorded and or monitored.
I didn't say and or monitored. I just said recorded. I said I'm recording this just for documentation purposes.
Yeah,
Because
as
I
soon as
want
you
to
said recording,
know.
though, you lost it.
Yeah, because I really want to know if I'm going to spend the money to buy the tickets to go to the Flat Earth Conference and I show up in a shirt that has my Lego character pissing all over the Flat Earth, am I still going to be allowed to stay there or are they going to kick me out? And I want to
They're
know.
going to be
Historically,
you
historically
out.
speaking, you are totally going to get kicked out.
Right, which is what I don't want to happen. It would be a waste of my money, waste of my time, waste of anybody who decided to support or help out. It'd be a waste of their money and time as well. So I don't want that to happen. But I don't want to go there and be an asshole. I'm not trying to go there and like crash it and waste all of their time asking really dumbass questions.
Did you already
So,
break it, Craig?
No,
oh yeah,
it
let's
comes
show
apart.
that off. Let me put you at full screen, Craig, so you can show that off.
I'll
Tell
turn the
everybody
green
what
screen
that
off as well. So this is a guy called Declan. You can contact me to get his email, and he makes these. Let me just turn off the green screen so you don't see through him. So this is Riley. His tattoo says, "I did that, me."
Yeah, I
He's
did
on a
that.
little
Me.
soapbox that comes off. It's pretty awesome. He sells these for €50. He hand makes them out of clay and then paints them. He also sent me this, which is pretty awesome. The Illuminati statue. We
I
own
like
you.
that. I like that right
Yeah.
there.
It's damn cool. So yeah, if you want to get any of the stuff that he makes, just contact me and I'll get you his email. And yeah, he's more than happy for the business because he
Yeah,
makes amazing stuff. Like,
I think I thought it was pretty cool that when I saw the Daniel Pratt stuff that he made. So we'll have a day where we
yeah, the
put all of
toilet
his
head,
stuff
that's
out.
amazing.
The toilet head, yeah. Take a shit on Daniel Pratt. Be careful. Well, you don't have to worry about anything splashing up on you because there's nothing inside of Daniel Pratt's
He is
head
the
except
splash.
for empty space. So tonight we're going to do things a little bit different. We are going to talk a little bit about JM Truth tonight. He had a video, as a lot of you know. He put out a video after our discussion with him on Wednesday Wednesday morning, I had like 5 people hit me up on Discord, and they're like, "Hey, check this out. JM Truth put this video out," and the video was essentially saying that he was done with Globers. He's done with Craig. He's done with
We
me.
hurt his feelings.
And the thing is I told everybody be polite, and for the most part, everybody was. You know, I believe that
And it's hard to be polite when they're so fucking stupid.
Well, no, okay, so I was watching the chat, obviously, as we were live yesterday. I was watching the chat, and I wanted to make sure that everybody was being at least moderately cool. That was a, you know, that I didn't see anybody acting totally wrong, totally messed up in there. And then Sean pointed out that somebody had gotten, had been, I guess, I don't know if they were timed out or hidden, but it was by Bob, and it was simply for saying, what about 15 degrees per hour?
No. The first thing that Bob started to ban was somebody who came and says, "I'm here." Bob hit him, or hid the comment. He said it again, then Bob banned him. That was the first time Bob banned anybody on the chat. Had nothing to do with making any claims, nothing to do with saying anything about what was being said. He just said, "I'm here," and Bob decided to ban him for it.
So, of course, that was against what JM Truth had said. He said he didn't want to see anybody banned for anything like that, only like really trollish comments, and nobody was leaving trollish comments. We did troll Bob a little bit when Bob started banning people. Hashtag stop censoring Harold. Harold just wants to
stop
speak,
censoring
guys.
Harold.
Yes, Harold just wants to speak, guys. Let him speak. But anyway, yes, we trolled Bob a little bit, but that was about it. I mean, there was no real trolling of JM Truth. In fact, when he came on, I was fairly polite to him. There were times when I wanted to cut him off.
For you,
and be like,
you were
"Dude,
good.
you are fucking stupid. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You're absolutely moronic. You're a goddamn idiot. And you know, if there is proof that God exists, you are not it, because you are far from perfect. You would be the proof that God has a sense of humor at best. Okay, if you're proof of God, you're just proof
Or
of
that
one
even
of his
God
characters.
fails.
Yeah, or that he's not perfect. You know, one of the two. So, so anyway, after we had our conversation Wednesday and Thursday, I woke up and saw that video. Basically, he says he's not dealing with this. Is this you had some interaction with him since then? Is that correct, Craig?
Yeah. I said, look, I thought we were quite nice to you, and he messaged back. He was like, "Oh, you weren't cordial." Craig, spelt Cregg, because that's exactly how you spell my name.
Listen, as many times as he's done that, I am convinced that he thinks that's how you spell fucking Craig. I am dead serious. I think
know.
he's convinced that.
Or that, yeah, no, I think he thinks my name is Craig, because he's just that stupid. He just kept saying, "Oh, we just talked down to him. Team was, well, polite-ish, but your guys' chat rooms are a disgrace. Look, we know science has been twisted. You guys want to tell me and us how wrong we are. There is no point to keep this going. I cone to your channel and get slaughtered. That's all it ever is. I have better things to do with my time. Sorry, man." I said, "Yeah, you come to my channel and get slaughtered because you never write about anything." And he says, "Again, there you go with the untested belief that I am wrong." No, well, we know you're wrong. It's pretty well tested.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the
Sean.
thing. You know, Bob started doing the bannings in chats. We called him out on it. We called out JM when he came over to this channel. And I made sure that one of the first things I asked him is like, "Are you going to hold your mods to the standards and rules that you set?"
Yeah.
So he asked what I was talking about. I was like, well, Bob started banning everybody for no reason at all. In his words, well, I'm just going to have to talk to Bob again and set him straight.
Mm-hmm.
This is what happened then.
But
then he makes a video kowtowing to Bob, saying that that Bob did the right thing, banning everybody, and that he's going to start banning, and he gave his mods instructions to ban everybody who says the Earth is a globe, because he doesn't want to deal with it anymore. What happened?
He went away.
He called Bob. He called Bob, or Bob called him, as soon as he got done with the show last night. And Bob says, "If you don't start siding with me, you're going to lose all of your FE core funding." So JM Truth had to kowtow to Bob.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Now,
think that after he had the conversation with us, he just, he went away and someone just got in his head with saying things. And it
well,
was obviously, like you said, Bob. And
well, I want to say that JM, like when he was on here, they were giving it to him in the chat, and by all means, they deserve to give it to him. Let me get to another window real quick. I'm sure people are tired of looking at you. So we were giving it to him pretty hard. Yes,
God, was I still up?
I was polite to him live, right? But people in the chat were being, they were being fucking funny. In my opinion, funny. I didn't see anything wrong with it, anything anyone said. And I went back and watched the show,
No.
guys. So you guys are not in the wrong whatsoever. What it is it's his attempt to close his echo chamber and to trim the fat. There were times when he was laughing at some of the super chats that were coming in that were very disrespectful to him.
Yep.
But he didn't care. He was having a good time with it. That's what it should be all about. I left him a message saying, and I left a comment on his video that's not there. So either that comment got held back, which I didn't cuss in the comment. I didn't say
no, we're all
anything,
banned now.
Okay, well, there you go. I'm banned. But the comment read something along the lines of, I felt like we had a really good conversation. I was polite to you. I don't know why you would be so upset, like what happened between last night and today. But I said, but you really need to reevaluate who you keep around in your life. Because last night when you left the show, you left it pretty cool. But then someone spoke to you and turned you back into a douchebag. Like it was somebody got in your head and said, JM, look, you can't fucking be cool with these people. Look at how they talk about you. Yes, they talk about you like that, but they talk about me like that. Go back and watch my stream when I did my face reveal. Look at all the fucking mean, hateful jokes that were there. Now, did I take those personally? No, it was all in fun. We all laughed and had a good time about it, and that's what it should always be about. It should always be about having some kind of enjoyment in this. We're not science teachers. We're not here to ensure that everybody learns step by step by step every single topic that can possibly be covered by science. We cover what people get wrong.
But we do know science better than them.
We know science better than them, but we cover what they get wrong. It's when somebody calls you out or when somebody makes fun of you or when somebody pokes fun of you or whatever, just take it in fucking stride, JM. That's all you had to do was take it in stride. I guarantee you from this community you would have got a lot more respect with just leaving on the ground that you left on and staying on that ground than leaving on that ground and stooping yourself all the way back down to the bottom saying, just fucking block any fucking Glovers that come along. They don't deserve a fucking conversation. All they're going to do is say I'm wrong. Well, every time you're wrong, guess what, JM? Someone's going to tell you you're wrong. You're unfortunate. You know why you're unfortunate? Because the echo chamber that you're in, it's not that they won't tell you you're wrong. They're more than happy to tell you when you're wrong, but they don't know that you're wrong. So there's nobody there to correct you. You always believe you're right because you have nobody who's intellectually superior to you. I'm not the most intellectually superior person here. I'm sure there's people in the live chat right now who understand these concepts way better than me, way better than Craig, way better than Sean. That's fine. We accept that, but we surround ourselves with those people, and those are the people that motivate us to continue to educate ourselves. I don't see someone who's smarter
I'd rather
than me
surround
as a
myself
threat.
with smarter people than stupid people.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing is that JM Truth has his opportunity to surround himself with people who are obviously more intelligent than him. Even you, Craig, are more intelligent
You mean like
than JM
5-year-olds?
Truth. No, even you, Craig, okay? Even you. I could...
Well, do you want to know what else it says?
Well, you're kind of close to the intelligence of JM, yeah. What else did he say? You want to send it to me so I can read it? I know you can't read it.
I saw on Hangouts. I'll just read it to you. He says, "You believe I don't know science when I have studied it for years. You deny very basic scientific concepts. You say things like science doesn't prove things when that is the whole basis of science in the first place. Everyone is a flat earther. You all just don't know it yet. You find one thing and cling to it and then present that incorrectly, i.e. Bob Nadell, or not understanding how the inverse square law works."
They don't understand how the inverse square law works.
Projection much?
They think that gravity starts at the surface of the Earth. Okay, so when we say that gravity falls off at 1 over the inverse squared, we say that from the center point, if you have let's say you have a point that's X distance away from the center point, okay? And then you want to measure what the acceleration, what it's going to be at twice that, okay? Well, at twice that, you're going to get 1/4 of the acceleration. You're not going to get 1/2 of the acceleration. You're going to get 1 over the distance squared. So if you go 3 times as far away, the force you're going to feel is 1/9 of what you would feel at only 1 distance away. So there is, they don't understand that. And that came from Nathan Thompson. Nathan Thompson was like, well, if it falls off at 1 over the distance squared, why is it not, why are we not floating at the top of mountains? And you're like, what
Because you're a fucking
okay.
moron.
So you're talking about the difference of 6,000, was it 63,701? Is that the numbers? Is it 63,701?
Something like
So it's either 63,701, 6730, or 6701. No, it's 6,371, I believe is what it is. Anyway, I said you're looking at the
Forever
difference
Learning.
Go ahead.
Sorry. Forever Learning in the chat says he didn't study science. See the curriculum for his master's degree. But that's what he said to me next. He's like, by the way, for my science degree, you have to have basic science covered in overall education. So you're wrong again. Anyway, I've got lots. He says I've got unclaimed credits for the physics courses that I've taken.
Yeah, that didn't make any sense. Okay. So, it's 6,371 in kilometers. That's the radius. So they think that the radius, that the drop-off at a mile should be extensive, because you start at the surface, you go a mile up, you should have an extensive drop-off of gravity, when in the reality, your drop-off is only from 6,371 kilometers to 6,372 kilometers. That's it. That's the difference in distance, so it frustrates me. Now let me go over a few super chats real quick, and we have a few new members. Hey, okay, I told Tom, I was about to call him Thomas Brown. No, I said thoughts by Jay Brown to get ready, because he needs to be on point with this. He needs to know what's going on. I think he's going to get it right. All right, so first super chat is two pounds. Team Skeptic for Dumb Fuck of the Year. Anyone? How about everyone? Put a 1 in the chat if you want to see Team Skeptic for Dumb Fuck of the Year. I'll even nominate and vote for myself if I get enough 1s. I'm not going to tell you what enough 1s are. I'll just check later and see if you guys hit the threshold. I highly doubt you will. Get ready, thoughts by Jay Brown. Okay, so oh, look at that. Demonic Davros. Digital Demonic Davros. Great content creator, extremely smart individual. Be sure to check him out. He has become a new member. So everybody, starting with Thoughts by Jay Brown, what do we show him first? Look at that. There's too many numbers going on. Everybody stop putting goddamn numbers in. I don't see the ones that you guys are putting in, just so you know. Okay, everybody in the chat, if you're a member, let's welcome Demonic Davros. Everybody show him your dingers. Woohoo! That sexy dinger, baby. And then after that, what do we do, guys? You should know this by
Gonna
now.
get demonetized.
No, never. We know what comes after our dingers, don't we? Who knows that? All right?
Yeah.
Let's see who knows
Mankinis.
it. Yeah. Look at that. Oh, fuck yeah. Look at that. The meat tube. And you got it right, you dickweed. I see up there. All right. And then after the meat tube, we get dressed up for Demonic Davros, and we show them what we're working with in our mankini so we can stay monetized. Keep in mind, this is a family-friendly show. Yes, it is. All right.
Just not your family.
Right. We also have John Rapp, and for those that don't remember, let's welcome John Rapp. Everybody say hello. Be sure to tag John Rapp, and I will lead it off. All right, here you go. Be sure to say hello to John Rapp, and even if you're not a member, you are welcome to say hello to John Rapp. There you go, John. Oh, look at that. Oh, nothing but mankini.
No, you're just mankiniing.
Yeah, let me get that fixed. Everybody say hello to John Rapp. All right, I'm gonna have to get that one on speed dial, John. So we don't have to take so long to welcome you. Everybody welcome John Rapp properly. There you go, John. I hope you know that we just love you, buddy. John Rapp for $5 says, "Good day, fellas, and everyone else. Team, offer to supply your own tomatoes. Their aim will be as good as their science, but atch the modified sniper." Yeah, the modified sniper won't hit me. He's not going to take Coriolis into effect when he throws his tomatoes. All right, so let's move on. Because now we have a new member, guys. We have GT Racing David Long. Thank you, sir, very much for becoming a new member. Let's do it, everybody. You know the routine. Show him your dingers. Yes, sir, that's right. Then we're going to go Sean Hufford. What's next? Please say it right. I don't want to ban you.
I'm actually not paying attention right now. Apparently, some drama is being made in the side.
Okay, well, great. Because you weren't paying attention, after the dinger comes the, well, you would normally say mankini, but it's the meat tube. Yes, and then Sean, in an effort to save our channel, does not dress up in his mankini, but yes, we are family friendly and still monetized. Everybody show him your mankini. And then let's see what we have next. We have the Athens. For $5, I really want to petition to rename Dunning-Kruger to the JM or JM Riley effect. Ooh, I like that, the JM Riley effect.
The JM Riley effect.
The JM Riley effect, yes. And we'll talk about that in a minute. Okay, so now let's keep moving on. GT Racing, David Long, new member. Let's see what he says. He says for $20. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. And welcome to Team Force. Hey guys, when do you think they will ever give up? They hold on to this fantasy with a grip that at this point, determining who is a real flat earther and who is a narcissist, knowing the truth, is still to be undetermined. GT Racing, that's what I call it. You know, GT, we have that conversation regularly, trying to determine whether or not they actually believe it, or whether they see this as an opportunity. See, when I got into debunking on YouTube, I didn't ever think that this would be an opportunity to make money. I didn't think that there would be as much of a demand for this kind of stupid. I simply saw something. I thought, oh, that's wrong. I went and watched other debunkers, and I was like, there's some debunkers out there that are really right, but they're really dry, and I think that there could be a different approach to doing this, and I'm just going to do it for fun. And so I just got out and did it for fun. And that's how it all started, is that it started with just, attacking something that was very, very fundamentally incorrect. From a flat earther's point of view, you either are someone who doesn't know science or doesn't understand science, or you're a con man. There is no in between on that. You either just don't get it, or you're a con man. You don't get it, and you're saying it because you're coming from a point of ignorance, or you do get it, and you're intentionally deceiving people in an effort to try to make money.
There is people that are like in the middle of that, but it's only those are the most genuine ones, the ones that will actually at some point realize that no, it's all wrong. If you don't know the basics of physics, then maybe it can make more sense because some of the answers can seem more simple, but that in no way means they're right.
Do you think it'll
the
ever
leaders
die?
are definitely the ones. I don't think so, because the people that are making money from it in the flat Earth world won't let it. I think there's always going to be this still around now. I don't think it's going to spread as big as it started to a couple of years ago. I think that's dead, but I think it will stay around, definitely, because there's just stupid people and con men that are in charge of it.
Yeah. And I agree. I think that as Flat Earth becomes less popular, I think you'll see a lot of the con men go away. I think you're only going to be left with people that truly believe it. Because you see a lot of people that make videos, especially me, I'll see a lot of videos out there that were, proof that the Earth is flat. It has 16 views. Now, I search them all, I look at them all, so I go to those videos, and it's just like somebody who's obviously, you can tell they're just trying to put on the flat Earth thing because they want to gain a little bit of attention. You can just tell, you can feel it from them. As flat Earth goes away, you're going to see less and less of those videos, and the videos that will be left that are going to be put out are going to be more from the people who do actually believe it. I think that's a good reason why you're not seeing Jaronism so much anymore. It's not as profitable as it used to be for him. So I think for him it's kind of easy.
And he was so boring anyway. Even his big videos, right? That I watched some just when I decided what I was going to debunk about him. But even his big popular videos are just so boring to watch. There's nothing entertaining about it. I mean, and that shows, I think, in the fact that he does have like 160,000 subs, whatever it was, but he'll never get more than a few thousand views on his videos now.
Yeah. Now,
I don't think people want to watch him over and over again.
Yeah, let me get through the super chats, and then look, I see MC Toon in the chat. Maybe he's ready. Hey, Toon, if you're ready to join the panel, just leave me a message in the chat, and I'll see it. And I'll send you a link via Discord. Okay, we have $5 from Jet Guitars. How are you guys supposed to be responsible for every little thing we say in chat? Mods are not meant to kill freedom of speech, and how is that your fault? No, hey, Jet, you're 100% right. I personally, I don't have any problem with what anybody said. My rules in the chat go like this. Do not attack somebody for disability. Do not attack somebody because of because they called me an idiot or because they called somebody else an idiot. Don't ban those people. Those are okay. Even if it's the other side, even if he's like, oh, you're an idiot. We're not always right. Sometimes I am a fucking idiot, Ding. I ding myself all the time. But the truth of the matter is that there are things, hateful speech, truly, truly hateful speech, like if they're attacking somebody because of race or because of, like I said, disability, sickness, anything like that, okay, go ahead and time that person out or delete the message. If they're doing it, over and over and over again as to make it like almost a point of the only purpose they're here is to say hateful shit, go ahead and ban them. I don't care. If you hide somebody, it really doesn't bother me because I can always go behind you and unhide them later, and I know that the mods have the best in their heart for me. They want the best for me, so I trust their decision. Even if they make a wrong decision, I trust that they're making the right decision, and if I see it's wrong later, I'll correct the problem as the owner of the channel. But it's not your fault, and it's not the mod's fault. It's not anybody's fault. You know whose fault it is? It's JM Truth's fault for being a fucking idiot. That's whose fault it is. You guys feel free to call people out, point them out, and say, they are wrong, they're idiots. By all means, do that. I will support that. And if you're wrong, I'll turn around and say, nah, you're wrong. You're the idiot there. And I don't have a problem doing that either. So yes, you're right about that. Now let's continue on. Accumulated cents. New member. Oh shit, look at that. We have a new member. Accumulated cents. He must not be talking about flat earthers. We're going to change it up today just a little bit, okay? We're going to change it up because I'm in an excited mood right now. I'm actually really happy. Alright, so because I'm really happy, we're going to start by showing them our dingers. Okay? We are doing that first today. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to pull out the meat tube and we're going to whip our meat tube around. Now, normally you would say that's normal, Skeptic. That's normal, right? So
I mean, whipping around your meat tube in public isn't normal. We've talked to you about this, to be fair.
The only reason we're allowed to do that is because tonight we are Cream Skeptic. Yes, we're creaming everywhere. Look at that. Boom. All right, look at that. We have MC Toon says he's ready when we are. Let me get through the super chats, MC Toon. Or actually, I'll send you the invite now. Sean, are you back online or are you still?
I'm still here. It's just
You good over there?
yeah. I'm getting upset, but yeah, I'm fine.
Okay.
Don't be
Check your
upset,
hangouts.
Sean. We all love you.
Oh, I will do. We'll do. I haven't seen it yet, so give me 1 second. And while we get him in here, let me talk about what is going on with me. So tomorrow I have a I have a show with the Shills tomorrow. Let me pull up the flyer for you guys to check out. 1 second. All right, so yes, tomorrow night I will be on the Shills, and that will be 11:30 BST. That's 6:30 Eastern, 5:30 Central. I'll be on there to talk shit with those guys. I think we're going to talk a little bit about JM Truth. I think we're just gonna talk. I love watching their show. It's really cool to sit back and just kind of watch people bullshit. It's a great panel, great people, and I do recommend that if you're out there and you're looking for something to do, check me out, check them out, like them, hit that like button if you like what they do, and subscribe to the channel. All right, got all that out in one breath. But yes, I'll be on the shills tomorrow night at 6:30 Eastern. Okay. So, let's see. We have MC Toon. How you doing tonight, sir?
Hey, I'm good.
Let me get
You
you
hear
on
me?
screen. Yeah, we can hear you. Let me get you on screen
All right.
1 second so people can see you. Are you ready for Dallas?
I'm ready. Who's Dallas? And is he nice?
Typically he's not, but yeah, he's going to be nice this time around. Let me go ahead and get you in here so people can see you. Okay. Oh, okay. Sorry, guys. 1 second while there's Toon. All right. Well, and now we don't want you over there. We're going to put you down here. We don't want to hide Craig yet. We'll wait till the end of the show to do that. Okay, so MC Toon, how are you doing tonight, sir?
I'm good. I got my mason jar here for
Yeah, you-
33 UC.
Oh, is that? Oh,
Yeah.
What is that all about?
Oh, I think he watches all my videos. He's got a thing for me. I don't know. It's gross. But he like he's like, look, mason jar. There's proof. Like, you bet.
How? I have mason
Yeah.
jars. I don't know how that.
I don't know.
ties
Because it's the
into
word mason.
Illuminati. Oh,
Mason.
I mean, he literally
Sure.
goes 32 add 1 is 33. See, you're all blind.
oh God. Okay. There was something else that he said. I don't know. Maybe it was somebody else who was trying to rush me. But yes, you get to rush me because I was a bit late tonight. I should be processing my photography images, but I'm creating dingers, meat tubes, and mankinis. Priorities. Great fucking priorities, Greg. I totally support
Yeah,
your decision
you've got your priorities
to,
right.
To ding people, show them your meat tube, and dress up in a mankini. All right. MA2 Fletcher Eisler for $5. Super chats are finally working for me. Thank God. What is up, Sean, FTFE, and Team Skeptic? Well, now that you can super chat
What's up,
again,
MA2?
Now that you can super chat again, I will admit that you and I can be friends once again. Thank you for your support there, MA2. I'm glad that you enjoy being my friend that much. James Collins for $4.99. Flirts just need to feel like their lives have a special purpose like Daniel Pratt. Yeah.
Daniel Pratt doesn't have any
unfortunately-
purpose.
Unfortunately,
He
they
keeps that water heater company.
Yeah, that is his purpose in
Yeah.
life, is to keep the water heater.
Even the
company.
water
Great
heater,
point.
even the water heater doesn't want to be his friend.
Even the water heater thinks he stinks. Fuck.
Yeah.
All right. Now, and then we also have $2 Aussie from Digital Demonic Davros. Yes. Says Dallas, captain of the Nostromo and Alien. Captain of the Nostromo and Alien. I have no idea what that means, but hey.
Alien's a movie.
Yes, it is.
Nostromo-
Nostromo will be
That's-
the ship.
Oh, okay. All right. So, yes, my...
You're a nerd, MC Toon.
Yeah,
That's a good
Thank
thing.
you.
nerds. You damn nerds. Chill out.
Yeah. I've just noticed you're wearing a very nice top there.
It's just for you, man.
I like it.
Burn that shit, man. I found one
Hey,
at
talking about
Goodwill, and
burning.
I wouldn't buy it for free from Goodwill, so...
Talking about burning, right? So I've been trying to get Red Pill Philosophy to debate me. He said that he would before, but I demanded a moderator. I'm like, no, stuff it would do it without a moderator. But he now refuses to debate me because apparently I'm a Nazi and agree with like pro book burning stance. And he says that because he thinks that Flat Earth is being censored on YouTube. And I tried to explain to him, no, it's not being censored. They're just not putting it. They're just not promoting it. That's not censoring it. And because I said that, apparently I'm a Nazi. And I can tell you guys, I'd make
Nice.
a very bad National Socialist.
Yeah, they don't like people that have penises for haircuts. So
No, not at all.
NA was $6.66. I was cooking. Would you mind starting over? Hail Satan. Yes, 666. Hail Sagan. Carl Sagan, my dark overlord.
Hail Sagan.
And then we have Anonymous in the chat says, hey, Team Skeptics, nerds is cool. Yes, nerds are cool. I agree with you.
Nice.
I'm probably one of the biggest nerds you'll ever meet, so. Yes, Tune.
I got Red Pill. He agreed to debate me a couple weeks ago, and he was going to email me. I just checked my email. I don't have an email yet from him.
They seem
You know the
nice
problem.
guys.
I think the problem is that he's too busy saving the Mushroom Kingdom. I mean,
Well,
I know.
Okay.
If I see him, I must dash him a question.
So let me.
Oh, team missed that there. He's focusing too much.
I know.
He's still oblivious.
He's no idea what we're talking about.
He's not. I think his nerd card's going to get taken away.
Yeah, I'm trying to see what Sean sent
Oh,
me.
so Clifford Reynolds has noticed my. Let's see, can I get it right there? My pumpkin. You see that pumpkin there? That is
Very nice.
Flurf pumpkin. Here, let me get a little closer so you can appreciate the eyes.
Here, let me get it.
There you go.
It looks just like Daniel.
Yeah.
I mean, that is Daniel Pratt, right? How did you get Daniel
It
Pratt's
is-
head?
It is smarter though. There's more inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see more.
All right, sorry about that, guys. I was reading what Sean was typing in, or what Sean sent me.
You missed my
I
Mario
don't-
jokes.
I don't know. I guess Sean, maybe he is. It definitely won't be.
Oh, he's been flooding me with links. So yes, he's definitely got you in his targets now. So
Oh God.
yeah,
Well, I'll message
More
him
drama.
and see why he wants to have a problem with me. It's only going to hurt the people that he deals with, and I'll talk to them as well. Propel LOLs. Let's see. That's $1.99. Says Red Pill Philosophy is obsessed with Simon Dan. And Curvy New York says new member. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, Curvy New York is a new member. Everybody, Curvy New York. Let's go ahead and do what we do today. And for Curvy, you're gonna get to see it all, baby. Let me show you. We start. Oh, where's my chat box at so I can send it right?
Yeah, I've got a quick save now.
Well, I can't do my chat box, but anyway, I'll just send them this way. All right, so we show you the dinger first there, Curvy. Here you go. And then we go with the meat tube. Yeah, there we go. And after that, you get to see me in my mankini, babe. There you go. I'm showing off for you.
I've told you don't want people to see you in your mankini. You want to keep your subscribers.
Oh, she wants to see me in my mankini for sure.
No.
All right, and then we have Robert Williams says Flurf pumpkin equals bumpkin pumpkin. Oh, they're calling your pumpkin a pumpkin.
Well, he needs a flat earther name.
And then we also have
I think Daniel Pratt fits quite well.
And then we have God
Just
of
call your pumpkin Daniel Pratt.
God of Hellfire, $6.66. Hell Sagan, yes, our Dark Overlord Carl Sagan.
Hail Sagan.
Who
and
art
may
in the
Newton be with you.
cosmos. Right. Okay. Well, anyway, so let's talk about Dallas. You are going to be here, is that correct, MC Toon?
Yeah. We booked some of our lodging in Galveston, and then we're going to be up in Dallas then, starting Thursday.
Great. And the Flat Earth Conference is Thursday and Friday, right?
Yep. So I got Thursday and Friday myself, and she's going to be with the kids and with her family while I'm
You actually got a ticket for
doing
it.
whatever. No, I'm going to sneak in the back
Oh,
and rappel from the ceiling.
well, that would be much cooler.
Yes. It's very Batman of me.
Schrodinger's cat for $1.99. Riley has gotten lazy. He's not trying anymore. Yeah, he's
Is he
not
gonna
even
slide
trying.
into
Oh,
second
no, come
again?
on.
Oh,
No,
Riley,
come on. Riley's trying quite hard. Have you
Well,
guys
Riley-
seen his new video? Seriously.
Riley's going to get second place of second place. So that, Sean, I'm going to turn you down just a bit.
I'm done typing.
Okay. Yeah, you know, if they want to attack me, Sean, that's okay. That I don't care. They're basically trying so that we can just put it all out there. They're trying to attack me over a service that my assistant offered at my business, where she was into the spiritual healing and stuff like that, and that's fine. That's on her. I never like told anybody, yeah, you spiritual healing will cleanse your life or anything like that. And the bottom line is, I don't think she even sold one person coming into the shop to get a spiritual healing. But because I have it listed on my website, on my business website from about a year ago now, that's what they're planning on attacking me for. Okay.
Yeah,
Why
more drama
he
to
would do
smear
that?
people's names.
Why would he even bother doing that? I'll be
Because his first series of smearing people didn't work out, so now he's just widening his reach like I predicted that he would.
Well, that's unfortunate for him because I don't think anybody gives a shit. So, all right,
what's
so we
that?
have well, I don't want to say his name on camera because that's what he wants, is someone to say his name, and I'm not going to say it. But I guess it was people, or it was someone who decided they wanted to attack Fight the Flat Earth. And I was completely against it. I thought it was for absolutely ignorant reasons, and it shouldn't have even been brought to the public's attention. It should have all been kept behind closed doors. And unfortunately, it wasn't. But I maintained a position of not being on Craig's side, but not being on the other side either. I stayed out of it. The only time I got involved was to help find a resolution. So now they're threatening, I guess, me indirectly by sending Sean pictures from my website where my assistant was trying to get people to come to an energy healing class or something like that. She was into that. I did what's it called, sensory deprivation for a long time. So I allowed people to come in and they would float. Well, that's a very it can be a very spiritual experience. Some people go in there and they say, oh, I see God. Some people go, oh, I travel the world. I go in there to relax. That's what I used to tell people. Go in there and relax. But she was into all that. She was into that Reiki and spiritual healing and all that. And so she asked if she could, in her own spare time, do classes for people, like where she brings people in and does Reiki healing on them. And I was like, sure, if you want to, that's fine. I don't care. And she never really sold anything. That was the thing. But it's on my website. And
Yeah.
that's the level that they think they're going to get me with. Oh God, look at his website. Look at this right here.
I bet you're terrified.
Well, I'm just curious, because he knows I've got him blocked. He actually had to make he had to get around the block somehow, because I've had him blocked for months. But he's now back. It says his name is deleted because I still have him blocked everywhere else.
Yeah,
and
I'm not worried about it.
He just started sending messages during this hangout with these links. And yeah, that's why I was upset, because he's just doing his standard troll shit.
Yeah. So the website. Well, let's see. I don't mind. I don't do the business anymore. But I'm not. How about this? I'll put my website in the description. It does still have my phone number on it. I want to pull the number off so I don't get spammed with people trying to send me messages and all that, which is not a problem for me. But I just don't want to have to deal with all that. So. But yeah, let's see. Says you got to roll with the punches, Team Skeptic. Yep, that's right, William. I don't. But for me, it's not even rolling with the punches. Like, I don't think that I did anything wrong.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's just an attempt to, like Sean said, just an attempt to smear my name. So that's fine. Got to do what you got to do. Danny Showers for $3.49 New Zealand dollars. Flurf sucks. Spider-Man still beats Batman. Yeah, I like Spider-Man. I like the Joker better than Spider-Man.
Batman will take Spider-Man down in like 2 seconds. Spider-Man's too
no
much
fucking way, dude. No. I'm not.
He'll use his bat spider repellent.
Not gonna hear that. And then we have a new member, God of Hellfire, who just super chatted. Thank you very much with your Hell Sagan super chat, and now your new membership. And what do we do for our new members?
And may
there,
Newton
Craig?
be with you.
Yeah, may Newton be with you.
We show them our dingers.
There we go.
Completely
We show 'em the dingers.
family friendly, safe for work dingers.
Mhm.
And then
what do we do next?
we go deep into the recesses of Team Skeptic's mind and find that meat tube that only exists in there, and we show that.
That's unfortunate because I predicted Mankini.
And then
I
because
was
we're in
wrong.
Team's mind, we find him in a mankini. And then we get out. I don't want to be in Team's mind anymore. It's a scary and dark place. Help me.
I was at McDonald's last night with one of the 33 kids that I have, and they pull out the thing, to squirt on the I don't know, mayonnaise or something, and I'm like, oh, I gotta record this. So I got my camera out, my phone out, and they all like start staring at me like, what are you doing? Like, all right, I won't film this. I think that's
the thing.
That's what happened. He thinks
that's what,
that it's meat that was in there, right? That's his little
no,
child's
it's just
mind.
the
Like,
guacamole or
what are
the
they
sour
squirting?
cream or
That's
something.
meat. Yeah,
That it could
exactly.
okay. Listen, don't fuck me up more by saying that shit was guacamole, because if that was guacamole and it came out looking like that, I'm never eating guacamole again ever either.
Well, guacamole goes
ruin
brown
my
when it's not
life.
refrigerated properly.
Don't ruin my life for me. So, all right. Let's see. All right. So now that we have MC Toon here, we are running a Flat Earth Conference fundraiser. The link is in the description below. If any funds that come in will go towards our experience here in Dallas. So
I'll put the link into the chat for everyone as well.
Yeah, thank you. We do need to get we do still need to get tickets to the Flat Earth Conference. We do still need to get just supplies. Just doing stuff for your guys' entertainment is going to cost money. I don't have a lot. I know MC Toon's going to be traveling. He's going to have big expenses. So we're going to need. I'm not speaking for Toon here. I'm really speaking for myself here when I say we, because anything that came in for me, I would definitely be trying to help out by increasing his experience too, because we want to document it all, and we want to show all you guys what we're doing and what we're going through and who we're talking to, and laughing all the way with you guys. So there is a fund down below. I don't have a limit set on the fund of what people can donate or what the top donation, what I'm trying to reach, because really anything that comes in is going to go towards that. All right, so we have Darth Killer, and Darth Killer gives up, $10. Thank you very much. Says, for FTFE, check channel Darth Battle. They analyze what Batman vs. Spider-Man would be like with equal prep of 0. Batman destroyed, but why? That's the fun. There you go, Fight the Flat Earth. Check out Death Battle. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've seen that, and Batman won. Because Batman's got all his gadgets on him, man. He doesn't need prep, he's just always prepared. Because, you know why? Because he's Batman.
No, again, I like Joker as a villain more than I like any of Spider-Man's, any of his nemesis, any of his villains that he fights. I do like Spider-Man more. But I like I like the Joker more than I like Spider-Man's villains, is what I'm gonna say. But
Yeah.
it's just, I don't know. To me, the characters, I like Marvel characters better. I have to say, I like Marvel characters better. Spider-Man would definitely kick the shit out of Batman, 100%. What are you doing with
No
that
way.
Joey Rocha?
What?
Are you kidding me? Oh, and we did just get
It's
a
beautiful,
donation.
isn't it?
We just got a donation of $10 for the FEIC fund. Have fun. Thank you, Fletcher. I do appreciate it, sir. All right. And then there was another suggestion from the crowd that they wanted to, I think this was in our last thing. Yeah, that's going to be me right there. Hold on. Let me put you full screen. I don't know who made that, but that was beautiful screen cap right there.
I made that.
You made that? You're a dickweed.
I'll be in the seat right next to there.
Yes, but we want to do something like this, I guess, something similar to that. But all right, so Last time, somebody asked if there was a way that we could do a segment where they could ask us questions, science questions, from the chat and us answer them. So I want to do that. Tonight, we're going to turn it over to the chat. Chat, if you have any questions out there that you'd like either me, Toon, or FTFE, or Sean to answer scientifically, or if you can stump us, that's a good way to stump us too. Try not to keep it too technical, like, we obviously there's questions that you could ask where we'd be like, huh? What? But if you want to see what these are sharpshooter questions. So if you want to see what questions you can ask us to stump us with science, tonight's the night. So I'm going to turn it over to the chat and see and see where we go with this. I bet you they're going to make you look really bad, Fight the Flat Earth. Let's see. I want to see them stump Sean too. All right, let's see if we can.
That's not possible to stump Sean.
No, Sean's the input.
Oh,
No,
it can be
he is
stumped.
the
That's
all-knowing.
actually not hard.
Oh,
Let's see if we can find. If you guys see a question in the chat, be sure to stop it. So let's see. And then always they're a little bit behind us too. So
Why
let's see.
do Plurps use 8 miles per square? 8 miles per square. What is the correct formula?
well, the correct formula is h equals 1 minus no, I've got it now. H equals 1 minus cos A, I think, to get the correct height of the observer as well.
Yeah. So
They use that. They use 8 inches per mile. They use 8 inches per mile squared because they think that maps out the Earth when in fact it only maps out a parabola.
It's a rough estimation.
Well, it's not. It's not that it matches the parabola. Even if you use the correct formula for a sphere, that's not the hidden amount. The hidden amount, if the two things are at equal height, the hidden amount is going to be about half of what that formula gives you. And that's why they use
me there.
What's that?
If you'll excuse me for a minute, I'm going to jump over onto Veterans Talk and set somebody straight. I'll be back.
All right. I almost want to go listen. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Right.
All right. If the observer and the object are at the same height, it'll be about half of what the 8 inches per mile squared gives you. So they use that because it fits their narrative.
Yeah.
Yeah. The formula I was trying to say is h equals r times 1 minus cos A, and that gives you the amount of drop that the hidden amount of drop that you would expect to see.
Yeah, and it's
which
really
means
not
that if
far.
you had
Go ahead.
no, yeah. So if you had a mountain that was 1,800 feet high, and the hidden drop was 1,000 feet, that means you should still be able to see 800 feet of the mountain. And that's what they never take into account, that they say, oh, well, you can see the mountain. Well, yeah, that's because you can't see the bottom of it, but you can see the rest. You can see the top.
Mm-hmm.
But then they're instantly like, oh, well, you can see it when you shouldn't be able to.
Yeah, I did it in one of my videos. I actually did the right math for it. It's really basic trigonometry. That's all it takes. Just a little bit of trigonometry. If you know the radius of the Earth, which we do, you can then use just basic triangles and rectangles and squares to figure out how far away one point is in relation to another point from the center point. So if you're calculating drop or you're calculating something like that, you can easily find that out just through basic trigonometry calculations. All right, so let's see. Let's go to the next one. All right, let's see. What is Riley? Why is Riley so stupid? There you go, Fight the Flat Earth. A science question for you. Why is Riley so stupid?
Why is Riley so stupid? Well, there's a thing called eating lead chips as a child syndrome. That's when you, instead of having normal snacks like, crisps and bars of chocolate, you would eat chips of lead paint. And then you get a syndrome that's actually known professionally as Riley syndrome. I didn't just make that up at all, so do not Google search that.
Joker's Wild wants to know Goku versus Superman, and I'm going to go Goku. Sorry, I'm
No. Superman.
DBZ fan, and Goku could just put him.
See,
Goku would beat Superman.
Well, as long as Superman's near a yellow sun, he is undefeatable. You know, he can get hurt, but as long as there's yellow sun to recharge his Kryptonian cells, he's going to rebuild and be strong. Goku can only like, how many forms does Goku have? Like God level Goku. What the hell's that?
Let's see. There was one that I saw. Let's see. What's the average speed of an unladen swallow? I guess that's not a science.
Is that African or European?
All right, so Surf. MC Toon. We have a question for you from Surf. If you have a triangle with sides 1, 1, and 1, what are the internal angles?
60. Unless it's on a sphere.
Wait. Does that work on a? Does that work on an equilateral triangle? Does that work on a right angle triangle?
Yeah, that's exactly how it works.
Guys, I'm just going to get my triangle calculator. One sec. This calculator is either this is wrong or you're wrong.
Yeah, I was saying to my son that we were talking about that, and so I asked him some of the sharpshooter questions to explain, just asking him those, what's the internal angles of a equilateral triangle or a triangle with sides 1 and 1 and 1. He was like 60, and I was like, but is it? What about on a sphere? He's like, oh yeah. And I was like, yeah, go along the equator, right? If you go along the equator, you can draw a line along the equator that's 90 degrees to the equator directly to the North Pole. When you get to the North Pole, you can turn 90 degrees and go straight down to the equator, and then you can turn 90 degrees again and go straight back to your starting point. That's 3 lines, all equidistant and all at 90-degree angles to each other. He was like, I guess so.
So there's an actual science question. FTFE, what does Ohm's law describe? Ohm's law is the current going through a conductor is directly proportional to the voltage at 2 points. Is that right?
I thought it was about yoga.
No, that's
okay.
the Eric Dubé law.
So
I think I'm right with Ohm's law. Let me double check there.
Yeah, double check that. So James Collins says, I read an article saying that black holes are causing problems for Einstein's theories. Can you explain this? Yeah. Okay. So Einstein's theories.
Yeah,
you mean these studies?
Einstein's theories are good. So we know. Okay. So when we were working with Newton's law of gravitation, we were working with a faulty understanding of what was going on. Then came along Einstein's theories of relativity. They give us a better understanding of what's going on, but they don't give us a full understanding of what's going on. What's really going on is something called a quantum wave function. And quantum mechanics, quantum wave functions are perfectly okay with explaining the centers of black holes, the singularities. Whereas in like general relativity, that's where you get to a point at which you can't divide in half. You can't go any further. Something else happens beyond that, and what we do is we go from a point of existence to a point of no existence, from a point of 1 to a point of 0. And when you're trying to measure a distance of 0 in, using classical mechanics, it then you can find yourself dividing by 0, which becomes a problem. It's where a theory breaks down, and you get back a value of infinity or no possible values or anything like that. Once you start getting values back that undefined, undefined or ill-defined or anything like that, you then start to have to realize that what you're working with is not complete. While it is a better approximation of the quantum wave function that we exist in, it is still not a complete explanation of it.
All right. So someone else says, Team Skeptic, who could beat Batman that does not have any superpowers?
Who could beat Batman? Iron Man.
I know one obvious person.
Iron Man.
No, he's technically still got superpowers. He's got a magic suit that can blow holes in spaceships and then fix that spaceship up, even though he's never been in a spaceship. I would say there's one person who, without any powers, that could beat Batman, and that's Alfred. Alfred knows everything there is to know about Batman.
Oh God, no! But Iron Man could just defeat Alfred first, just to show that he could break the bones of an old man, and then he would go smash Batman's latex playsuit that
All
he
right,
wears.
come on, let's just like you look at Iron Man's suit in through the first few movies, the way he made it in the first Iron Man, it's almost believable. But by Endgame, it's basically magic. It could just do whatever he wants at any point.
Yeah, just it's like a little thing, and it turns into a whole suit.
So Darth Killer
Yeah, where
says
did they come
question-
from? Nanobots. That explains it.
Darth Killer says, question, why not a non-sphere shape other than flat? Like, why do flat earthers think the earth is flat and they don't think it's like the shape of a banana or the shape of
It's an alpaca.
it's an alpaca.
And,
or yeah, a goat.
well,
you know?
All the flurfs live near the exit.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I'm pretty sure that the Earth is in fact a cat. You will find, guys, if you actually done the studies yourself.
well, I would say
But the
that-
thing is,
Right.
there's a lot of flurfs that they actually leave flat Earth and head towards a concave Earth, because the studies that they find about actually trying to survey the level of the Earth, a lot of them will give the conclusion that the Earth is concave. Like in the early 18th century,
one.
there was a big
Tamarack Mines.
a big not just that, there was a big geodesic survey that a guy, I can't remember his name now, but he organized in a little commune he had in America, and he actually concluded by placing stuff on a beach that the Earth actually curved upwards at 8 inches per mile squared. So flirts are stupid. They say there isn't any curve, but if there is curve, it's going the wrong way.
I'm seeing a lot of good questions here, guys. I'm trying to get to the ones that are not too detailed, so you don't have to know too much of an exact knowledge. Let's see. Dale Griffiths, Team Skeptic. If the angle of the dangle is directly proportional to the heat of the meat, how can the mass of the ass be constant?
Oh, that's Twerk's law.
Yeah, that's Twerk's law. Exactly. All right. Let's see. What is the rate at which the Earth's rotation is slowed? That's a good question, William. I don't know that one off the top of my head. Oh, yeah. Oh,
It's not very much, but I do know that during the Jurassic period, the days were actually shorter. You know, when you go back far enough, the Earth's rotation was faster. So let me have a look actually how much.
Okay, let me also go to
Do you
Super
think
Chat.
something like the the asteroid that wiped out the dinosaurs, do you think that would have affected the rate of Earth's rotation?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I
after
think
the
any
earthquake
contact,
in
any contact
Japan.
with, I think any contact with a outside body with the Earth is going to slow it down, or it's going to add energy to the system. So I think it actually
It's gonna,
will
yeah, the
speed it up,
vectors are
speed
gonna
it up.
add.
So, okay, so Darth Killer. Oh, well, I read your question, Darth. I'm sorry, man. I didn't. You didn't need to super chat it. My bad. But yeah, he said, if not a sphere, why flat? Why not another shape like a banana? And then Jesus Esquivel, thank you so very much. $9.99. There is no message with that one, Jesus. If you want to leave a message, go ahead and type it in the chat and leave a message. Steven Steen for $1.99. Two idiots on top should stop. Let the smart one talk. But Steven, I have Tune on the bottom. I'm on the top, man.
Yes, that's the smart one he's talking about.
Guys, they're obviously talking about me, right? I'm the only one that's actually in space here.
Right? Okay, let's see.
You need to get your
So to answer
chair
that
the same
question,
color as your green screen.
Yeah. The Earth actually slows a few milliseconds every 30 years. So it's, pretty much imperceivable.
All right, so this is a good one right here. All right, but it's not going to be easy to answer. I'm going to go ahead and read it off, and I'm going to try to give an explanation that doesn't involve math. Batmat99, it says, explain gravity as Einstein describes in special relativity, which I think you mean general relativity there. How does a warp in space-time cause a change in vector? Okay, so space-time
I
warp
can do
is
that
something... Okay, I'll let you go first, and I'll see if you say the same thing that
It's
I'm going to say.
like the simple way. I think the simple answer that he's asking for is, how does space-time warping create that acceleration that we see. The same way as if you sit on a trampoline and you put a marble at the edge, the marble's going to go into where the person sat on the trampoline. The trampoline is space, and the person sitting on it is any mass. It makes space warp towards it, which makes things fall towards it, which is measured as an acceleration.
Okay, so that's a very generalized way of explaining it, because space-time is not two-dimensional like a trampoline is. It's actually three-dimensional. So you have to imagine the trampoline being twisted all the way around it, and everywhere where you see a downward point like that, there's really more information to be taken out of that, how sharply it dips down, and the rate at which it scrunches up if you were to look at it from the top. And there's a few other things you can take there. Basically, the way it's a metric system. It's a way of measuring four-dimensional space-time. Now, we don't have a way of explaining it in 3 dimensions because that's all we can perceive as 3 dimensions. We can't really talk about a 4th dimension and be able to relate it to anything that we have physically. So what we do is we convert it to a mathematical system that describes how a straight line would be bent due to the curvature of space-time. So I don't know if that's going to answer your question. Gravity...
Not Asian asks, do the math to show it. Well, the math to show it is as simple
really
as
hard.
Fg equals g over m1 m2 over r squared.
I thought he was
talking about
the
Newtonian,
matrix.
No, I think he's talking about the math to show that space-time warping affects something. But the thing is that Newton's law of gravitational attraction shows the same thing as Einstein's field equations. It's just Einstein's field equations will explain it in a much more complicated way.
All right. Rick Bellamy said, "Did you manage to watch the negative Kelvin video?" I didn't watch it. Is it legit? Can you actually get negative Kelvin? I don't think it is. Being the absolute
zero Kelvin.
Yeah, so negative Kelvin would mean like negative vibration. Like you can only go to, like, okay, when you're talking about how much motion is in an object, there's no such thing as negative amount of motion in an object. There's either zero motion or there's some amount of motion. Those are the only two things you can have. So same thing happens with temperature. As you measure down, you get to a point where if you can look in a sufficiently small enough space, right? If you could peer into a sufficiently small enough space, you would see that there's energy there. But in a macroscopic scale, when you look down into it, you see no energy. So for all intents and purposes, it really is zero energy, but it's not. If you measure what the energy is in a system, any system is going to have at least some amount of energy. So I don't think you can go below zero. Really, I think zero is just a concept.
No.
Like we believe that 0 degrees Kelvin is out there as a marker to kind of like say what each amount of motion, how much each amount of motion represents to 1 Kelvin or whatever.
0 Kelvin, which you don't say degree and you just say Kelvin, but 0 Kelvin is the theoretical point at which all atomic movement has stopped.
Mm. So
that is literally the definition of
Go ahead.
All my science is from Vsauce, and he did go over something like that. So I posted a Wikipedia article on negative temperature. I didn't read it, but I recall him saying something about that, and it's more of a hypothetical or a mathematical thing that happens.
Yeah,
if I remember correctly.
But you couldn't have lower than 0 Kelvin because 0 Kelvin is the theoretical point at which all atomic movement has stopped.
But it's not impossible to cool things down with light because there is something called laser cooling. Is anybody here on the panel familiar with laser cooling?
I have briefly looked into it to rebut a Flurf claim, yes.
So the way you cool things down and you get them to get cooler and cooler and cooler and cooler is to add in energy into the system that is in the form of like momentum, okay? So if you have something that's moving, so we have this thing that's jiggling around and we associate the amount of jiggling around with an energy, okay? So we say that's the temperature. We're going to say that's the energy of the system is how much it's moving. And now we want to stop this. So we get it going in a certain direction, right? It's moving in a certain direction, so we hit it from that direction, and it starts slowing down. Well, here's the thing. What happens as you hit it? Well, first off, the particle is going to take random motions. It might go a little this way, it might go a little this way, it might go down, it might go forward. So we actually have to have one laser from each direction, all firing in on this thing, basically slowing down its momentum through space by using the momentum of light. Now, you can't do it from just one side. Let's say it was just in a purely linear motion. Well, from one side, you would eventually hit it until it stopped, but then it would start going that way. So you need another laser hitting it from this way, and then you can adjust the momentum and whatnot. The cool thing about it is that to the light, it experiences relativistic effects. Okay, so one light will be affecting it more when it's going in the direction of that light than the laser behind it, because the light, the color of the light, the frequency of the light, the wavelength, I'm sorry, it becomes shifted. It becomes shifted in the direction that you're going, blue. It becomes shifted in the direction you're leaving, slightly red. Well, this slight shift will then start saying, so if we're going that way, we're going to have more interactions with the photons that are in a wavelength that's consistent, that's going to slow us down. So we're going to get less energy coming from this way, more energy coming from that way, until we're essentially not traveling relative to either one of them. We're stuck in the middle of each one of them. That's what laser cooling does, is it uses relativistic effects to trap a particle and slow down the vibrations of the particle more and more and more. So you can use light to cool things, but it's not in the way that you would say that moonlight cools things.
It's
no,
not
moonlight does not cool
removing
things.
energy.
Right, it's
by the
not
photon.
removing energy.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. It's actually conservation of momentum is what slows it down. So, all right.
Yeah, they use that for quantum computing too.
Yeah, because you have to really make quantum effects be highly predictable. You have to get it very, 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 very cold. There can be almost little to no interaction with the molecules you're working with the atoms you're working with, and with the environment outside of the atoms. Any kind of interaction between them will cause a I'm in the process of trying to stop using words like collapse of the wave function, because I have started to switch my. Well, look, okay, so we'll talk about this Copenhagen versus mini worlds interpretation. Are you familiar with the two? Tune?
No.
Okay. So a Copenhagen interpretation, that's where you get are you familiar with the double slit experiment?
Yeah.
Okay. So the double slit experiment, a lot of people say it shows that light acts like waves when we're not looking at it. It acts like photons or particles when we are looking at it. The truth of the matter is light is a particle, okay? That never acts like a wave. It's always one individual packet of information. Now, quantum mechanics says that, if everything evolves according to the Schrodinger equation, which is what quantum mechanics is basically, is just an explanation of the Schrodinger equation and how it evolves over time. If everything evolves according to the Schrodinger equation, what says is when we're looking at the particle, or when we look at the light and we determine which path it goes through in the double slit detector, we determine, because we know the path of the electron, the other possibility that it could have gone through the other detector is gone. We don't have that probability anymore. It's only a possibility of going through the detector which you're detecting the photon through. Okay, so when you look at a secondary detector that's catching it and saying, if the photon goes through one slit on the right, it hits on the right. If it goes through the left, it hits on the left. If it goes through both, well, it seems to, or if we don't know which way it goes through, it appears to interact with itself. Well, in the quantum mechanics, in the Copenhagen interpretation, we just basically say when we take a measurement, the other wave function just collapses, and it's no longer, or the wave function collapses, and the unusable parts are not important to us, so we just throw those away. But it doesn't really talk about what happens to that other portion of the wave function. I started really kind of finding more truth in the many worlds interpretation because it doesn't get rid of that. It still explains what happens to the other portion of the wave function that we no longer are concerned with. So it's a weird. I don't know. It's hard to explain. I'm trying to get myself in a good position to explain it because I actually reached out. I saw a video by Quantum Eraser. I know you're familiar with him, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Quantum Eraser
Quantum Eraser's
thinks
so
that
stupid.
that quantum mechanics proves that God exists. That there's no other way to explain quantum mechanics other than with God. And I'm like, no, that's incorrect. So I'm trying to.
So it's not just incorrect; it's stupid. I mean, it's unbelievably
Yeah.
stupid.
Yeah. It's not. God, now I just want to talk about what I've been learning about recently. Because the many worlds, it's fascinating. It's absolutely fascinating. Are you familiar with the delayed choice quantum eraser experiment?
Yeah, a
Okay.
little.
Okay. Well, I'm
And
not
I don't
going-
like that he stole that name. I'm gonna do this here.
Oh yeah, so that's
Yeah,
a
exactly.
key example. He says, "Oh, this is my namesake, the quantum eraser. So I understand this experiment. So I must know that there must be a God because I say so, right?" So no, the truth of the matter is in the quantum eraser experiment, there to us, right, to our feeble minds that only see 4 dimensions, 3 of space, 1 of time. We make huge assumptions with the quantum eraser experiment that it's going backwards in time. There's information being sent backwards in time to a detector. But that's not necessarily what's going on. And that's one of the things that takes me away from understanding quantum mechanics through a Copenhagen interpretation, because in a Copenhagen interpretation, there truly is some kind of weird and wacky thing that appears to go backwards in time. Now, there's no using that information, like if we run the quantum eraser experiment, and let's say we wait a year to take our second portion of the measurements, right? And then we still don't know which measurements on the first detector match up to the measurements that were taken a year down later in time until the measurements are done. So they have to finish before they can finish on the detector.
Yeah.
But time has already moved forward for that to happen. So there's no way to steal information from the quantum eraser experiment. So a lot of people have a hard time embracing the fact that we are simply living in these 4 dimensions, these 3 of space and 1 of time, and we can understand the world through those 4 dimensions. That does not mean that we have a complete picture of everything that's going on. Because everything that's going on to us is just what we're dealing with right now at this time. Well, keep in mind, there's other things going on. There's a like in the many worlds interpretation, there is different versions of you and I that are living out there that are doing the same thing that we're doing right now, wearing the same clothes, having the same conversation, but it's happening because an electron split on the other side of the universe. That's hard for people to understand and to grasp. But then when you start looking at all the quantum effects that happen, you go, well, that's everything we see, in quantum mechanics says that this is possible. But we just seem to just go, nah, it's just too hard for us to grasp the fact that, that we're just living on a singular particular branch of the wave function, and there's tons of extra copies of me, you, and Fight the Flat Earth that are doing the exact same thing as we're doing tonight. Right here.
It's why Einstein called it spooky action at a distance.
Yes,
Because it
there's
doesn't
William
seem to make
Stein.
sense or follow any logicalness.
Yeah, Newton did not like Einstein didn't like the quantum stuff at all.
Well, okay, so
No,
I
not at all.
can talk a little bit about that. So Einstein
But
really did.
hold on a second.
Yeah.
I do have to get going here. I got some family over, so thanks for having me on, and
Yes.
I look forward to
Always, man.
meeting some real life flirts in Texas.
Well, we are going to do it, and I'll have you on.
Security,
probably
man. Take security.
I'll probably be providing that because I've got some pretty nice sized friends that don't mind getting rowdy. So, but Toon, I'm looking for a peaceful experience if anybody wants to know.
Yeah.
But we will have you on, Toon, in the future. We'll do another little get-together where we talk Flat Earth. We update everybody on what the progress is on the Flat Earth conference. But thank you for coming on, Toon. If you are not subscribed to MC Toon, I highly suggest subscribing to him. He's a good dude, makes great content. Thank you very much. And he holds debates on his channel, for those of you that don't know. Very
Yeah,
interesting
Tuesdays
debates.
at
So.
8 Central.
Well, Toon,
So.
thank you very much, and you have a good day, sir.
All right, thanks. Bye.
Okay, so let's go back to the super chats first off. We have $1.99 from Metal Michigander. What's the equation to quantify JM's idiocy? There is no 1 over 0. That's one person divided by 0 intelligence. John Rapp for $5 Aussie. Question: can someone create a segment of Team Skeptic to Roger Ramjet theme song? Captain Skeptic, he's our man, hero of our nation. We'll have to talk to Sean when he gets back in. All right, and Propel LOLs for $1.99. Can any of you explain satellite galaxies a bit? Well, they're
Satellite galaxies. Yeah, it's just the same as a natural satellite for Earth. The Moon is caught in Earth's gravitational well. The Milky Way has a few, I think, satellite galaxies that are the same. Those galaxies are caught in our galaxy's gravitational well because it has a larger mass. So yeah, but interestingly, galaxies collide quite a lot. Well, I say quite a lot when you talk about on the grand scale of thing. But when galaxies collide, they actually don't hit each other because there's so much empty space, and it can make some interesting patterns. I've been playing a lot with it on Universe Sandbox. I'm going to be using that in a couple of my videos.
All right, now we're going to turn it back out to the chat. We're going to see if they can come up with any good questions for us to answer. I know we missed a whole bunch when I went on my rant about quantum mechanics, but says God of Hellfire says, Team Skeptic, what you drinking, son? Dr. Pepper. I'm a Dr. Pepper fiend. I do like to have some whiskey every now and again, but Dr. Pepper is my drink of choice. All right, so let's see.
SML small BSTRCBR says, didn't a division by 0 yield infinite?
No.
No. I think if you divide by 0, it's an undefined number, but 0 by 0 is the sum of all sets of sums.
Yeah, so real simple equation that you can write down for yourself. Do A divided by B equals C. Okay, and now rewrite that equation as A equals BC. Now, we're going to solve for C, all right? So if I put any number, let's say we're going to make B 0. So C times 0 equals A, right? Now, the way we solve for that is we try to find a number that matches that solution, other than 0, because there's only one number that matches that. It's 0. So we can't find a number that matches that solution. So we say if we say that A equals B, I'm sorry, I forgot to leave that out. Say that A equals B. So if we go and we say, I'm sorry, I should have written this down. So basically, there is no solution. When you're looking for the value of C, you cannot find a solution for the value of C that gives B at 0 and A at any other number other than 0. Now, what happens when we put both numbers at 0? Well, when we put both numbers at 0, then what we end up getting is a solution that includes all values. So if you have, let's say, we're looking for C and we make A 1 and B 0, then 1 divided by 0 equals C. What value for C will equal that? There is no value. All right, so we change 2 over. Let's say we make B 2 and we say 1 divided by 2. What's that? Well, we can rewrite that and say 1 equals C times 2. Well, what times 2 equals 1? 1/2. So there is a solution to that. There is no solution to any number divided by 0, except for 0 divided by 0. 0 divided by 0 is the one solution that has all possible answers. So if you want to use infinity, the only time you could use infinity would be to describe 0 divided by 0, and that's just because it includes every possible number out there. No matter what number you give to me, I can write a solution to it and say 0 equals that number times 0. But we also say any number divided by 0 is, the computer freaks out because there's no such thing as a divided by 0.
What did I miss?
Oh, nothing. What did I miss?
Hey, voice.
A lot of shit storm you missed. Be glad.
I've had
so many
messages on Discord.
Is it coming after me next? Just out of
Oh yeah,
curiosity.
he's got a total hard on for you right now
Why?
because he can't get his hard on for Craig anymore. And just to be clear, this is not AT2 Productions.
Yeah, I know. I'll reach out to him. It's Lick a Pig because everybody wants to know. So I guess Lick a Pig is trying to attack me now, guys. Which is fine. I've always said the little guy has just got misplaced aggression, and he doesn't. And now that Flat Earth is dying, he's gonna reach out to anybody he can reach out to, and it might just happen to be me this time. Guys, if anything crazy happens, don't take it out on AT2 Productions. He doesn't have anything to do with this. Apparently, he messaged me and said it.
He
I
made
don't
it clear.
think he does.
He made it clear he's got nothing to do with this. He tried to stop Pig from bringing it, putting it out there, but Pig is going to be Pig, so he's just a douchebag.
And all because
I
it
did
says. Hold on. I'm going to read what was. I want to just so that in all honesty, I'm going to read what was on my page. Like, this is weird, right? Lift Your Vibe, July 13th retreat. A retreat in South Austin. It's not even like me. You know what I'm saying? Like, this was done in South Austin. She put it on my website. Okay.
He's trying to infer that you're peddling woo, is what he's doing.
Art therapy, art therapy, there is such thing as art therapy. People find therapy in painting and all that. It helps relax them. Self-reflection, that's good. Energy work, restore and realign the body's subtle vibrations. Now, if she would have asked me about the subtle vibrations part, I would have been like, no, I don't believe
Sounds
that.
like
She
she's
knew
going
I
off at
didn't.
me at the moment.
Yeah, she didn't think that that I was into all that. I told her I wasn't into all that. I am into meditation. I've said that from the beginning. I don't think when someone meditates they go to a different realm or anything like Deepak Chopra says. Even though I do like listening to Deepak Chopra, I do find that he has a soothing voice. It's relaxing. There's nothing wrong with listening to somebody who speaks relaxing. Do I support what he says about quantum physics? No. In fact, I find it pretty fucking hilarious, some of the claims that Deepak Chopra makes. But I don't knock him for wanting to, to put out a video that helps people relax. All right. We've got a new member, though. Let's shift focus to people that matter. That's Zayu Bam. All right. I think I read that right. Let me get to the other page where I can see it a bit better.
I'll tell you how to do it.
Zayu Bam, new member. Yeah, baby, let's go. Here we go. You know how we do it. First, everybody show them your dingers. Yeah.
Safe for work, dingers, everyone. Safe for work.
Yes, I don't want to see pics. I don't need nude pics sent to me, guys. Please don't. Unless they're in your mankini. You can send me all the mankini pics you want, except for the fact that I will be sharing them on my live stream. So send at your own caution. Yeah.
JM's just messaged me. He's messaging me now. I'll tell you what it says. I said to him that his knowledge of physics is bad, and he said, "My knowledge isn't bad. Yours is. You are the one believing your textbooks instead of testing your world. Math isn't a proof. If you don't realize that math isn't a proof, then you need to go back to school. Whoever taught you it is lied or was mistaken themselves." And he's saying this because I've asked him to show me mathematically how a 2 kilogram lump of wood and a 2 kilogram lump of iron both accelerate towards the ground at 9.8 meters per second squared using Coulomb's law. And his answer is, no, you don't know anything and math isn't real.
Oh, God.
Sorry, guys. I'm just going to send this message out.
Well, the simple thing with JM Truth is, he was on the whole moonlight is cold thing until I showed him the thermal camera images. And he was all like, yep, see, the moon's cold. And then I let him know that the moon wasn't even up yet. And then it became, oh, well, then the starlight is cold. So, yeah.
All right, Brainy Beaver for $2 Canadian says, "Friend's idiot because I guess he was saying my friend's an idiot because he said Team Skeptic was a woo peddler." Yeah, I'm not a woo peddler, guys. You'll never find somebody out there that said, "Oh yeah, he did. He said that if I closed my eyes and prayed hard enough, that my diseases would go away." I do actually, and I still am an advocate for meditation. Meditation's good for people. It's good to close your eyes and get away from the world for a moment and kind of self-reflect on the decisions you made that day or the decisions that are coming up. Because keep in mind that any decision you make is being influenced by your state of mind, okay? So if you've had a bad day, if you sat in traffic and you hate traffic and you ran into, some traffic that you weren't expecting, all right? And it's making you 15 minutes later than what you wanted to be. Then you get there, you're 15 minutes late. The boss comes in. Now what does the boss do? He reminds you you're 15 minutes fucking late, right? So all those stresses pile up, and then you come up to a decision, and you make a bad decision, one that you could have made better if you were in a better state of mind. That's all meditation is about. Meditation is just learning how to take those frustrations and say, you know what? Those frustrations are just those frustrations of the past. Right now, let's keep moving forward. Let's clear our head. That's all that meditation is, at least for me. Maybe for some of these other woo jacks or whatever, maybe they see something I don't, or they get something out of it I don't. But I've tried, and I've never woke up in another world. I've never spoke to God. Yeah, I've seen things, but
I mean, it'd be awesome if something like that happened, right?
Yeah, and I've seen things. I've literally seen things. Like I've been meditating before, and I've been in such a deep meditation. When you're doing sensory deprivation, you kind of don't know what is reality and what is just in your mind. So you can see something and think, hey, that's fucking real, but it's not. It's all in your mind. It's because your mind is making up for the lack of senses it's receiving. That's all that goes on. It's very relaxing, and it's good for people that struggle with sleep, because when you sleep, you're still receiving all these sensory receptors. You still got sensory reception going on. You can still see lights flashing, believe it or not. You can see your VCR flashing. When I used to sleep, I could close my eyes, and my pupils would get so small that I was taking in such a, get so big that I was getting so much light from small sources that eventually I have my eyes closed and I could see my alarm clock flashing or the VCR flashing the time on the, in the dark with my eyes closed. So you are receiving those senses. Your brain does take those senses in. It doesn't worry about them because you're sleeping. It knows what to consider a danger. You hear glass break in your house. If you're not a dead heavy sleeper, you hear glass break in your house, it's going to wake you up. Your mind is trained to hear things like that and to respond differently to that versus, maybe your kid opening your door to check on you to see if you're awake or asleep and then shutting your door. You don't hear that. You do, but you don't. In a sensory deprivation chamber, you don't hear that. You don't see it. You don't hear it. There's no light. There's no sound. You don't feel the water that's holding you up. You don't feel the air that's on top of you. You just don't feel anything. It's a very, very relaxing and serene experience.
You can hear the blood rushing through your ears.
Yeah, you can hear blood literally pumping in your ears. It's crazy. But it's amazing. I highly encourage anybody that struggles with depression or anything like that, where you're just like, the world feels like it's on top of you and it's weighing you down and you just don't know what's going on. Take a moment away, get away from the world. Go do a sensory deprivation meditation. Go sit inside your room, turn off the TV, turn off the computer, shut the phone off, everything. Just sit there for 10 minutes and reflect on how the day's been. All right, we have a super chat, $10, or let me see, $10, i.e. dreams. Yeah, exactly, space, comma, dreams. Exactly. That's, a lot of people, but okay, so a sensory deprivation dream is a little bit different than your typical dream. And when I dream at night, you know how sometimes you get like, you hear things and they kind of play part of your dream a little bit, like you remember them in your dream, Well, in sensory deprivation, you don't have that. You don't have those inputs into your dream. The sleep and the relaxation is crazy, and it's deep, extremely, extremely deep relaxation. Let's see. What if you don't ever get depressed? That's a good question, Stephen. That is still great. It's
then
great
you've got
for
a lovely
relaxation.
life.
Yeah, it's Epsom salt. It's an Epsom salt mixture, so it's great for your muscles. It has magnesium in it. I think the sulfur is good for your skin. The magnesium is good for your muscles. And there's a lot of like professional athletes and and other different professionals that use Epsom salt baths to help heal. It's nothing magical about it. It's just the chemicals that are inside of the particular type of salt that's used for floating. So it's not just a thing for depression. It's just, and when I say depression, if you're really truly depressed, you don't need to, substitute visiting a doctor to heal your meditation or to heal your depression with meditation. But if you're just feeling down, is what I'm saying. Like when I say, "Oh man, I'm depressed today," well, it's just because I'm feeling down. I'm feeling in a depressed state of mind. I'm not truly clinically depressed. I'm just feeling down. Doing a float is definitely a good way of getting out of those types of feelings. Bubble Burster for $5. A lot of flirts cling to flat Earth because it makes them feel better about themselves. Maybe they should be meditating. I'm gonna go against that, Bubble Burster, because I'm gonna tell you something. Meditation. The thing about this is, and if you ask a lot of flat earthers, they'll tell you they meditate. They'll tell you they're super spiritual. They're shamans. Okay, that we don't understand the physical energies that are tracking through our bodies. The Jordans of the world, the patches. We don't like that's. Flat earthers think that that's what meditation's for. When yes, okay, fine, it can help some people like that, but those people are also misguided. They think something's going on that's not. It's appealing to them and it puts them in a better state of mind. It makes them feel better about themselves. So that's great. More power to them. But I see people who talk about meditation as if it is a way to physically traverse the universe. And I'm like, no, it's not. It's not a way to physically traverse the universe.
It would be lovely if it was.
It would be lovely.
I mean, you might think that you're traversing the universe, but trust me, you're not.
And then you get a lot of people that use use quantum mechanics for the same thing, to describe the same thing. Say, oh yeah, well you can use the power of your mind to influence the decisions. Though what you do today affects what you did in the past. That's the quantum eraser experiment, guys. Okay, so the quantum eraser is which path is based on which sensor the photon ends up at. If it ends up at two different sensors, we know that it took one of two paths. If it ends up at two other sensors, we don't know which path it took. We just know that it took one of the two paths. Okay, so the people misunderstand the quantum eraser experiment because they think that the future decision somehow either what we do here influences the past, or that physical information can go back and forth to the forward and the past. Neither one of those is true. Don't listen to the woo. Even if you hear someone talking about, the light is passing through both particles at the same time, that's not even... To speak of the light as if it passed through either particle is incorrect. That's just the best way to explain it. Even if you want to say to speak of it as if it went through both of them is still incorrect, because there's nothing that you can do to measure the particle going through both slits. So to speak of it as if it went through both slits is incorrect. Even though it's a good generalization of what's really going on, it still is incorrect fundamentally to say that the photon physically went through both slits. There's just a universe in which it did go through one slit, and there's a universe that it went through the other slit, and we don't know until we measure it which universe we're in. All right, let's see.
So someone said I need to work harder to get Riley Dumbfuck of the Year. Don't worry, there is a nomination video underway, and with his recent video about how if you turn off gravity, the globe doesn't work. I mean, yeah, you wait and see, guys. But next week I'll be.
Go ahead.
Sorry, go on.
No, I was just going to say.
I was just saying next week.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll shut up. With the delay. I do get some comments that say, hey, sometimes you guys talk over each other. Y'all need to learn to quiet down. You have to understand that Fight the Flat Earth is working on a delay. Okay, Sean, are you there?
In my brain, apparently.
Hold on, let's see if Sean's there. Okay, we're about to do a ding test live for them. We do this before every show to see what the kind of lag is going to be. So when we're talking over ourselves, it's usually not me talking over Sean, and this is why. Sean, are you ready?
Yep.
All right, this is for just Sean, Fight the Flat Earth. Here we go. Ding.
Ding.
Okay, so that's how we test the delay between each other. Fight the Flat Earth, are you ready?
Yeah.
Ding. Holy fuck.
Ding.
Oh my
I got
God.
holy fuck out before the ding came back. That is unforgivable lag. I pay too much for my internet.
Damn it,
for
Scotland.
Yes. So when we do talk over each other, or if you do hear, oh, my nose is running. If you do hear one of us talking over Fight the Flat Earth or the reverse, vice versa, it's simply because he's on a lag and there's not much we can do about it, guys. I do apologize. Let's see.
Yeah, but I'll be talking more about Riley next week in my 20-hour stream to celebrate my 20,000 subscribers. Which is going to be a lot of fun.
Yes. Okay. So Ken Logston has a good point. He says, and let me get to this super chat before I get to you, Ken. Xantar, I think that's Xantar. Xantar2482. How do you stop your mind when meditating? My brain never stops. It's one long run-on sentence. Meditation just leads me to counting, not relaxing. Great question. And I haven't forgot about you, Ken. We're going to get back to you in 1 second because you actually make a good point. I would like to expand on that point. So the way I used to do it, I used to have the same problem. I would always find myself like, how do you clear your mind, right? Clearing your mind. You hear it. Oh, the Buddha says clear your mind. Well, fuck the Buddha, right? Like, the Buddha doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. The Buddha's never fucking dealt with the shit that I deal with in life, you know? So that, no, there is no shutting my mind off. The best way to do it, Xantar, is to redirect your mind, okay? I do it by doing something like this. The very first time this ever worked for me, I tried to imagine what electricity is. What is it? How does it work? How, like, even if I'm so absolutely fucking wrong, I just come up with some kind of construct that would make like lightning work, or electricity work, or electrons. I think about things about, like, if I could be a Laplace demon and I could go to a black hole and put my hands on a black hole to see what it felt like and imagine the black hole. You know, there's no human that can get close enough to a black hole and relay us back this message, right? It's all fucking hypothetical in our head, but that's the idea, is to take your mind off of what's actually going on and put it somewhere else. Get it away from the stresses that you deal with in life. And when you start thinking about harder mathematical concepts or deeper scientific concepts like quantum mechanics, then you will find that it's super easy to take your mind off of all this other shit that's going on and just start thinking about something that you will never have any impact on your life whatsoever. All right, Space Kamakama says $2. Lily isn't worth 20 minutes, let alone 20 hours. Yes, agreed. JM Truth, Dumbfuck of the Year, 2019. All right, so Ken says correct. It doesn't, and he's talking about the light, it doesn't go through both slits and it doesn't interfere with itself. Exactly. Okay, so let's talk about that because there is something to be said there. When a photon goes through a double slit experiment and they say it interferes with itself, what you're seeing are two separate contributions to one entangled system. Okay? So you're seeing in that entangled system, you are seeing the contributions of the photon going through the left side, and you're seeing the contribution of the photon going through the right side, but they're interfering with each other because the universe is coherent with itself. Okay, or that portion of the wave function is coherent with itself. Now, if you measure which side the electron goes through or the photon goes through, when you measure it, you take away the contribution of the possibility of it going through the other slit. But you only do that in our branch. There's a second branch of the wave function that has the slit only going through the left side. And in that branch, the contribution to the final placement of the photon on the detector also only takes the probability that it only goes through that detector. It does not consider the probabilities of what happens, where the photon will be if it went through this detector, because there has been decoherence. The wave function has split into two completely separate wave functions that will never communicate with one another ever again. This is why when they say things go back in time, that's incorrect. What actually happens, okay, in the delayed choice, is the detector is in a state, is in a state of possibilities, right? So it's either going to have gone through the left slit because there's only one photon, so it only goes through the left slit, or it only goes through the right slit. Well, in the many worlds interpretation, there is a world when we make this decision. There is a world that splits off when it goes through the left slit, and when it splits off from a world where the photon goes through the right slit. Now, if we don't measure which slit, if we never determine which slit these come through, then we're still going to get a measurement on the original detector, but that measurement is going to have a contribution of probability that it came from either slit. So it is going to measure an interference pattern on the other side, but that's just because we're dealing with probabilities, with the probability of coming from both slits. And that probability goes away when we split the wave function. In one branch of the wave function, the probability is 100% that it went on the right slit, and in the other one, it's 100% that it went on the left slit. And that happens during decoherence. So I hope that answered your question, Ken. I could talk about this all day.
So it's very much like when, if you take one of the Infinity Stones out of a timeline, a separate branch timeline is created where the Infinity Stone isn't in there.
Okay, so that's another big, huge misconception. So you'll hear a lot of people that say, "Oh, well, there's a universe." So so first off, the multiverse and the many worlds are two separate things. Okay, so there's not a multiverse, there's not a many worlds interpretation that involves the multiverse. But so you'll hear people say, "Well, if I'm wearing a black shirt tonight, there is a world in where I'm wearing a red shirt." And quantum mechanics predicts a world where I'm wearing a blue shirt, a world where I'm not wearing a shirt. That's incorrect. That's not how that works. Okay, you have quantum splitters, quantum events that split the universe. Okay, like a good idea of this, or a good example of this is electromagnetic. I can't think of the word right now, where it sheds off an electron. What is that called? Radioactive decay. Okay, not electromagnetic. Radioactive decay. Radioactive decay is completely quantum. All right. So every time there's a decay, all right. Well, let's say every time there's not a decay, in a universe or in another branch of the wave function, there was a decay. So you don't know. You live on the branch of the wave function where either the decay happened or the decay didn't happen. So every time a decay happens, we have a split of the wave function. We have a branch of the wave function, and a new world literally just continuously compounds on top of each other. But it doesn't mean that I can instantly change the color of my shirt in another world. Every world that includes this moment in the wave function will have me at the next moment wearing a black shirt. There's not a quantum event that dictates whether I'll be in a green or black shirt. I'm in a black shirt. Therefore, all functions moving forward will have me in a black shirt. Now, if I stop the show right now and I use this, I think it's called Universe Splitter. There's an actual app on the phone that you can download that will split the universe. Okay? So if I go in, I say, I'm going to pause the show right now and I'm going to run this challenge right here. I'm going to send out a signal and I'm going to say, give me option A, give me option B. So at some laboratory, they run this experiment and it comes back with either a right path or left path. And I say to myself, if it goes down the right path, I'm going to finish the show in a black shirt. If it goes down the left path, I'm going to finish the show in a red shirt. So I run the experiment. Well, as long as I stick to my guns, as long as I do what I say, there will be a universe in which a world, I'm not going to use the word universe, there will be a world in which I am wearing a black shirt, and there will be a world in which I'm wearing the other color shirt. And I will finish the show off in those two manners. And so that is, that is what the Schrodinger's equation explains. That's really what it's talking about, is how these two branches will branch apart and will be separated and can never interact with one another. But as far as we know, well, yeah, I know what you want to say. Go ahead.
Bubble burster. Right, there may be an infinite amount of universes, but I can assure you, in none of those universes are me and Team Skeptic flirfs. Okay. That is not a waveform probability that exists anywhere. Is that fair, team?
Give me 1 second. Let me just deal with this real quick. All right. Go ahead and say it again, and I'll listen this time. Sorry, when listen.
I said that there may be an infinite amount of universes, but in not a single one of them is there a possibility that you and I both became flat earthers.
Okay, so no. Well, no, that's not necessarily true. It depends on where we took the split of the wave function and what the ramifications moving forward were due to that split. So there could be a universe. If we took a split now, then probably not. But that doesn't mean that a split 20 years ago might have led you and me into a different direction where that would have eventually taken us into the world of being a crazy flat earther, for instance.
I refuse to believe it.
But okay, I saw one question.
It's just a way.
Oh, go ahead.
It's just a waveform that doesn't exist. We couldn't be flat earthers. It's
Okay.
like a paradox or something.
Yeah. So Jeffrey Grayjack says, "Am I remembering wrong that the double slit experiment showed that light was both a wave and a particle? It's been 30 years since I first read about it." Jeffrey, that is a very bad way of looking at it. Light is not a wave. Light is a particle. Light travels through the electromagnetic field. It's really a quanta of information. It's the smallest packet of information that you can have. Okay, that's what a photon is. So when it's never a wave. Let's just say it like it's never a wave. You can describe the manner in which it moves through our universe as wave-like, but it absolutely is a particle, and that was what, photoelectric effect, right? Like 1912, 1921? Was it 1921 or 1912? I think was the photoelectric effect. Albert Einstein won the Nobel Prize for that.
Now.
But it was the idea, the way you say it says that's a very easy way of trying to make sense of it. Our three-dimensional world. That's very simple. And with the amount of energy.
1905.
1905. Okay. So maybe did he win it in 1905? I thought it was later. Okay, but I could be wrong.
I think so.
Okay, but yeah, it is wrong to think that light moves as a wave. It's okay to think of it if you're trying to make a prediction on its probability of where you'll find it, where you'll find any like where you'll find any location of it, I guess, a location, or you can actually, there's other things you can measure about it. I'm trying to make sure I'm correct with what I'm saying, but it's also God, man, when I start thinking about quantum mechanics, I just lose my train of thought. You can use it, you can treat it like a wave if you're making certain predictions about it. Let's just put it like that. But it's not a wave. You cannot. It's best to just say that it is a particle. Okay, even when you're not looking at it, light is a particle. And there's a deeper meaning to that. The particle is a wave. It's a tiny vibration. It's a tiny, it's made of so much other things. It's not at all what you think. It's just incorrect to talk about it in either way, really, other than to just say that it's just a perturbation in the electromagnetic field, a small perturbation. But, God, it's questions like that. You loaded a question, Jeffrey. Space, theoretical but no proof. Yes. So when you talk, I think you're talking about what I'm talking about, space, the many worlds, or even the Copenhagen interpretation. You're right. There is no physical way of proving or disproving this. It's why it's called an interpretation and not a scientific theory, because there's no way of testing it. What we can say is mathematically it fits. Any model we create, mathematically it does fit. We can use the Schrodinger's equation to make predictions that are more accurate than any prediction we could use or we could make using classical predictions, classical mechanics. But you're right. It's all theoretical right now. The truth of the matter is we just we interpret the branching of the wave functions as different worlds. It does not mean that there is another me out there. It does not mean that there's another you. It says that you and I are probably out there existing, especially since we understand things like the double slit experience, where it's really you do see it. You have to look at it from a position of more than one photon.
Stop flipping people off.
Is that me flipping people off?
No, Craig was doing his glasses with his middle finger.
Oh, okay. I'm talking
Sorry.
too long. I'm talking too long. Steven Steen, $1.99. Hashtag believe look a pig. Hashtag believe Jared. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not gonna jump to any conclusions right now. I will talk with Look a Pig and Jared on the side, and I do consider both of those guys my friends still, even though we are all having our issues. I still hold out in the hope that one day we will all figure things out, work things out, and get back to normal. I do appreciate Jared's contributions to my show, and I enjoyed having him on when he was coming on. So that's my position.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to talk about it. We're not going to talk about all that because that's nobody else's business but Fight the Flat Earthers and the other people involved. But anyway, okay. So back to the look at that. One of my members, Accumulated Sense, says fight me, FTFE. Yeah, fight him. All right.
Bring it.
Let's see. Let's see if we can find any other science questions. Did I scare people away with quantum mechanics? Hey guys,
Probably.
listen. I want you to tell me something. Put a 69 in the chat because I know everybody's going to rush to 1. Put a 69 in the chat if quantum mechanics scares you. Put a 33 in the chat if you don't give a shit about quantum mechanics because you understand the basics and the basics say that that's all you need to know.
No one understands quantum mechanics.
Okay, paid NASA Shield says, Team Skeptic, will you be telling plans for Texas? So here's my plans, guys. So depending upon whether I get confirmation from Robbie Davidson or not, I would love to buy tickets and go to the actual conference and be an active participant in all the booths that are set up. All I need from them to do that is a guarantee they're not going to kick me out. I won't wear my my Team Skeptic pissing on Flat Earth. I will wear my You're an Idiot shirt. Because it does say ding on it. It does say Team Skeptic. So I will wear my You're an Idiot shirt, but I'm not going to go in there looking to get kicked out. I think that's a bad look on everybody that tries to represent truth in a respectable way. So if I say, look guys, my sole intention going there is to get kicked out, then I wouldn't want any of you guys to support that. I wouldn't want any of you guys to donate to the fund or anything like that. Speaking of which, the Dallas Flat Earth Conference Fund in the bottom, in the chat. Would appreciate it. Let me see if we have any other donations other than MA2. 1 second. No, MA2 is still my one. So $10. That's going to get me a hot dog at Flat Earth Conference. But here's what I will do for all the fans out there. If I get enough money to buy a foot-long hot dog, I will buy a foot-long hot dog and eat it in a mankini at the Flat Earth Conference. Not going to help me in my relationship situations, but sure enough. Let's see, lots of 69s, lots of 96s, several 33s. See, quantum mechanics shouldn't scare you guys. Quantum mechanics is nothing. It's really, really simple. It's just the reason why it scares people is because there's a lot of woo put behind it. So I think people are scared to confront it because they're scared to accept quantum mechanics means that you have to accept what these woo peddlers are saying. I'm here to tell you, I will give you, if you guys want me to, I will teach you how to understand quantum mechanics without having to accept the fact that there may be some woo involved. Yes, something happens. There's something that's very woo-ish about it, but it's not as woo as you think. It's only woo because these people like Nassim Haramein and Quantum Eraser, for instance. Let's see, the guy under David and Roy DeHilbert, those guys. They make it seem as though quantum mechanics needs a god, needs some kind of violation of time or space-time as a whole. You'll see. Quantum Eraser says that. Quantum mechanics violates space-time. But
so it's literally a god of the apps?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Because if you do look at it from the point of view of our existence, think about it. If I say, Sean, I 100% certainty I'm going to give you 2 eggs, okay? And you're not going to pick the egg until tomorrow. But I'm going to know what egg you picked today for sure with 100% certainty. How could I possibly do that? Conventionally.
With 100% certainty?
With 100, Sean. 100%.
I can think of no way you could do it.
Right. Because I'd have to go back in time, right? I'd have to know the information at a later date in time to make sure that what I select now would be, together, would come to a 100% agreement. So they see that, and then they conventionally put that thought in their head, and they say, well, this can't, I don't want to involve myself. There's a lot of math. Yes, there's a lot of math. We're not going to talk about the math. We're going to leave the math alone. The math is not as hard as you would think if you know it. But
The math is bad,
same
guys.
time, the math is bad. But the math regarding quantum mechanics is not as difficult as you might say. It just looks scary when you first look at it. It looks scary to me. When I first got into it, I was like, holy
Dennis says,
shit. Go ahead.
Dennis78 says, what is woo? It's what team pushes, apparently. So that's all you need to know.
Oh, yeah, I pushed woo. I pushed woo out my butt.
Should we talk about some things that are coming up?
Yeah, sure.
Well, not on any of our channels, but Brainy Beaver, he's past 3,000 subs and he's doing a face reveal stream. So he's going to get rid of that stupid face rig thing with his polar bear that's always looking at his penis.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, I think tomorrow, right?
I'll just say this,
I'm pretty
Beaver.
sure it's tomorrow.
I'll just say, Beaver, if you're watching, best decision you could have possibly made is the whole face rig thing. It's a cute little gimmick, but oh my God.
Yeah,
The penis look. The
This is
penis
what,
look every
this
3
is what it
seconds.
looks like.
hold on. Let me go full screen.
Hi,
I can do
I'm
this.
Brainy Beaver.
I need to do my Brainy impression. Hold on, I need to do my Brainy. My Brainy is a polar bear impression because I'm white as a polar bear. So
Yeah, Brainy
Here's my
says
Brainy.
it's 3:30 tomorrow CST.
Hey, look, fight the flat Earth. You're gonna welcome me, and I'm just gonna be Brainy. Okay, here I come. I'm coming into the show, and I'm here.
Hey, Brainy, welcome to the show.
Did he really just call me Hawkins?
Hi.
Oh, my
hi
God.
guys. Welcome to.
Oh.
Well, yeah, it's a pleasure to be on the show, guys. Sean Hufford in the chat.
Where's
in the chat
my
over
Willie?
there. Like he's always like
Yeah,
this.
you
and-
just
and
called
he's
Sean
like,
Hufford Sean Hawkins.
I
You're in
did,
trouble,
or you
Brainy.
did?
No, Brady Beaver
No,
did.
no, Brainy did.
Oh, yeah.
Right, that's it. Everyone
that-
block, everyone delete
here
Brainy
it is
Beaver
right
from
here.
their friends
Here it
list.
is right here.
Oh, total.
I didn't call Sean
unsubscribe.
Hufford Sean Hawkins. That's
Look
one
at
thing.
me.
I didn't do that.
Look at your penis.
And then my
There you
favorite one. My favorite one is like, "Hey, Brandy, you're having trouble looking at us, huh? What?
Yeah.
I know what I'm looking. What?
Yeah, I'll just say this. Face rig is very good at tracking your face, so if his bear's looking at his penis, so is
He's looking at his penis. Yes.
You know
Yeah.
he's naked in all those streams, right?
I will. That man. Tomorrow, I have a big day tomorrow. I will be doing I'll be on there with Brainy for a little bit before I go on the shills, and then I'll be going on the shills after that. So.
Yeah, and then I've also got my debate coming up tomorrow with A Cruel Vision.
Oh
the guy
shit! What time is your debate?
Yeah, it's midnight UK time, but it's cool if you can't be there if you're on the shows. It doesn't matter.
I'll be there late. That's what I'll
Yeah,
because I'll do that.
I think he's
I'll-
more than happy to talk in more than one person, so you can come in later on and
Well,
give him
the
some
shills
good
are pretty
questions.
unimportant to me, so as long as I say something quirky so everybody remembers that I was there, I'll just dip out after that.
But then next weekend,
Love you, Dick! Sorry.
Wee.
Oh, go ahead and play it. Let me put you on the screen.
Yay, so I hit 20,000 subs.
Yes.
So next Saturday I'm doing a 20-hour stream, starting at 4 a.m. Saturday morning UK time,
Did you
finishing at
misspell
midnight.
subscriber, you dickhead?
Probably. Did I?
You
No.
somebody hide rider of
Subscribers.
dinosaurs. Somebody hide rider of dinosaurs. Let me go ahead and pull that back up again.
Wait,
Let
did
me
I?
see. Pull it up. Don't be scared.
No.
No, let it keep playing.
It doesn't change.
Yeah, it does. Look. I just saw it on the screen. It says subscribers.
There's some of
Oh
the
my
letters
God.
disappear, like as it's flashing.
Oh, maybe that's what I saw on the screen. Is that you? I'm still not gonna believe you know how to spell yet.
You really made me doubt myself there.
All right, we have some super chats to go through. $2 from Jade Dragon Melly. What's up, man? Haven't seen you forever. Hi, guys. Also, another $2 from Jade Dragon Melly. I'm missing a quantum mechanics chat. I want to hear. Oh man, I could love to.
Don't start him again.
Dragon. I could talk about Dragon. I could talk about.
You should do a TED talk.
Space, $2. They don't. They wouldn't want me to talk there. So I would eliminate all the woo that they build their show on now. Space, for $2. I understand quantum mechanics, but am not Dunning-Kruger about it. Yes, that's the best thing in the world is to accept the fact that you don't know. Okay, we don't know what's going on. There is a fundamental limitation to what we can understand until we understand that. Once we understand quantum mechanics, once we understand what's going on with quantum mechanics, a new problem will arise. And then we're going to have to understand that problem. And then a new problem will arise.
Zombie Robot Sheep says that he's not watching unless, or fucking a thing for 24 hours unless it's porn. I guess I'll have to have my camera on.
Yes, we're going to have Fight the Flat Earth fully demonetized by the end of his stream. And yeah, but Space Comic, that's right. Accepting the fact that you're not a quantum physicist and that you're only going to be limited to a certain amount of education on that. You can always study more, but you are still going to be limited to the math that you understand, to the limit of math that you understand, and the limit of science that you're willing to go to. So people like Quantum Eraser, they are Dunning-Kruger about it. Because like the shit he gets wrong in that video is, oh my god. He creates a false dichotomy and says either there's only one of two things that can happen. Either the machine knows what it's doing or the path is given up or something like that. And I'm like, no, those aren't the only two options you can have. Why are we limited to just those two options in that experiment? There's a much more viable option in that experiment. But he doesn't understand the much more viable option. He conflates multiverse with many worlds. There you go. That's how you know he doesn't know what he's fucking talking about. Two completely different ideas that are being conflated and drawn up as one to make one look worse than the other. Oh yeah, look at that. Good old JM Truth on the screen. Let's go ahead. We'll talk about this.
Oh, God.
I can never get.
Let me get this last super chat. It's I think it says $9.99 New Zealand. Accumulated cents. I'm gonna have to fucking make the screen, the text on the screen bigger. I keep having to squint. Getting old, folks. I'm getting old. All right, so.
Need your reading glasses, team.
Huh? I can't hear you. Get off my lawn. Accumulated cents.
Get off my lawn.
Okay, now I can't, apparently see all of the. Okay, great. Nice. Let's zoom out a little bit. I guess I zoomed in too much, guys. All right, so so fucking what? For £5, FTFE for dumb fuck of the year. That's my secondary candidate. His moon is going the wrong way. Only kidding.
No, it's not. And the reason it's not going the wrong way is it's a fucking Riley moon. It's a moon that is literally Anthony Riley. You don't expect it to be doing the correct thing, do you?
Never doing what's scientifically correct.
Just a second.
That's a moon. I did that. That's all I can hear him saying.
Yeah.
That's a moon.
Calling out another problem, Greg, with your animation that's been bugging me.
What?
And I couldn't figure it out until I just really looked at it because it's got Anthony on there. So we've got the solar eclipse every month, according to Anthony. You don't have it going by every day like it should be with that lighting.
It's Anthony Riley moon.
You're in a
it's wrong.
There should be a solar eclipse every time it goes between the light source and the Earth. You have the Earth shadowing the moon, but you don't have the moon shadowing the Earth.
God God damn it, Craig, when you troll somebody,
Magic.
you better goddamn troll them properly.
Magic. That's the
Have
only
scientific
answer. Remember,
accuracy with
Harold
the
told
fucking
us that
trolling.
Harry Potter's real.
Hey,
Stop censoring
what time
Harold,
it is.
guys.
Stop censoring Harold.
But your
Everybody-
moon casts no shadow, but it has a clearly shadowed side.
Everybody
Fix your
in the chat.
animation.
Yeah, but if you look very carefully, it's also see-through.
I just
God,
saw it.
I just saw it.
Right before, I swear on my nutsack, okay? I just saw that as it went through. Why do you have it?
I did.
I'm so disappointed in you.
Oh, fail. Oh,
Because it's a Riley moon. It
I
can't
could
do
see
anything.
stars in the back. The moon's see
I'm not
through.
going to say. I'm not going to say a thing next time when you do fail your exit or outro. I'm not saying a damn thing because this is a failure of epic proportions, Craig. Sorry.
This is a failure of.
It's a
every
Riley
orbit.
moon. That's the only excuse that I need.
No,
I agree
that's
with
not going
so
to fly.
fucking what. Fight the Flat Earth is my new write-in vote for Dumbfuck of the Year this year.
Yes, I'm actually going to nominate him, and I'm going to use this animation as my evidence that he's a dumb fuck.
Now you were about to show something else, right, Craig? What were you about to show?
No, I don't think so. I was showing this.
Oh yeah, that's what it was. All right, guys, we're gonna take a moment
Hashtag
of
stop censoring
silence.
Harold.
Hashtag stop censoring Harold. But listen, we're gonna have a moment of silence for JM. His acting career is about to die.
He's just messaging
These are Star Wars concept photos off of JM Truth's MySpace page. MySpace, I did say that right. I did not fuck up and say Facebook. I said MySpace and I meant it. These come from his fucking MySpace page. He has hair, guys. He has fucking hair. It's
Photoshop's a
long.
wonderful thing, isn't it?
It's long and flowing, and I
dude,
don't know
right.
who that is next to him, but I feel sorry for that guy's personal life decisions.
Well, here's the thing I was noticing when I was actually looking at this picture. It's not a guy standing next to him. He's actually literally pasted him there. You can see the little fucking cropping marks on his hand over JM's left shoulder. But even worse, I just noticed the whole cropping marks on the hand. But if you look at the lighting between the two, the Qui-Gon guy over on the right side, the lighting is coming from directly above. On JM's, there's no specific light source. On his face, it's coming from kind of in front of him. But if you look at his clothing, all the shadows say that the light's coming from behind him. He's literally photoshopped his face on somebody else's picture.
Now, I will confirm, I am putting my hand over the hairpiece, and it is JM Truth. So for those of you that were confused by the hairpiece, I'm literally I'm covering it up right now. Oh, I just moved it. Hold on. Yep, that's that jackass for sure. So,
Right. So JM was saying to me how we don't know anything, and I was like, well, my degree in physics was disagree. We do test things. You don't get a degree if you don't actually test the knowledge that you learn. And his response is, his response was supposed to have been, well, then your conclusions were faulty. However, what he's typed is, well, then your concussions were faulty.
now I can agree with him
a
on
hammer
that. You
and
do act like you suffered from multiple concussions. Fight the Flat Earth.
Well, I did play rugby, so it's a possibility.
Can you bring
and
up
then
the
he says,
other?
a hammer and a feather, even in a vacuum, would never fall at the same rate. Do you know why? Conclusion. Oh, he's correct in his spelling. But a feather and a hammer do fall at the same time. This has been shown to be the case. It's not even something you can debate because it's a fact. We've seen it happen all the time. Just because the only massive chamber that we've seen it happen in is from NASA doesn't mean that it's not something that happens.
Hey, Craig, can you pull up the other photos that were on that page?
I just want to show out the Photoshop fail.
That was the only one you sent me.
Oh, I
That was
only
the one
sent
you
you.
sent me.
Oh, okay.
Oh, send him Wiggly Neck.
I'm gonna send them all of them real quick. Let me.
Oh, Wiggly Neck is great. You're gonna have to zoom in on this one to show people there, Craig.
Oh man, let me see. Where is it? All right, I'm sending. Okay, I'll just pull it up over here on another page real quick.
Yes, Joker's wild. I use the term wiggly neck for a very specific reason.
1 second. We'll pull the wiggly neck up 1 second. All right.
Oh, Stephen Cook made your animation for
Nice.
Anthony there? Craig?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, that's
so,
what we've been saying.
oh, so
Yeah, pay
Stephen Cook
attention.
gets to be nominated.
Pay attention, Sean. All right, so here was the first picture in JM Toothless. I mean, Truth.
Oh my god. I'm sorry, but you need to go with the one standing with him standing next to the youngling.
Oh
Not
yeah,
yet.
we'll show them all.
Not
We'll
yet.
show them all. It's I don't know why it's doing this. There we go.
That looks
Okay.
beautiful.
I just want to zoom in on it so I can get that. Yeah, look at that amazing job. In fact, there you go. I know how to make it. Let me do something for the audience real quick, and so that I can zoom it in over here on VMix.
MySpace. Oh my God.
I know, right? Oh
That is-
God, look at
that's
this
so
picture. How
That
do
is
you
so
get
10
away?
years ago.
No, that's fine. That's fine. But how do you get away with this picture right here, guys? Like, how is this the picture that you're like, oh, I'm gonna make concept photos for Star Wars?
Zoom in more. Zoom in more.
Hold on, I can do that. Hold on.
Give us a nice shoulder to head shot.
Right there, guys.
Keep
Look
going.
at that.
Keep going.
I can't go any further.
Yeah.
Hold on, let
Yeah,
me see if I
look
can
at-
go in over here.
This is why I call it wiggly neck, because he took his picture from the neck up and put it on somebody else's thing and didn't line up the necks.
All right, let's see what other classics are in here. Let's see. Maybe easier for me just to go picture at a time. MySpace apparently hasn't updated their technology yet. Listen, we've already looked at the double picture. Look at the seriousness in that face. Guys, I can't help but say, this is a pretty goddamn serious face. Okay, where are we?
he has MySpace because Tom's his only friend. Right, Tom?
There we go, right there.
Even
for
Tom
you
would
guys.
disown him.
Beautiful, guys. Beautiful. Look at that hair, man. That hair looks so natural. Like, I would have never thought that was fucking not real. Ever. Oops, sorry. Let me go over here. I'm going to leave the one with the youngster in it. I'm going to leave that one off. Just because I don't want to show off any kids on here.
Yeah. Look at the lighting in this picture. Go back up to where you can
Okay.
see the dude's forehead. We got to see the hot spot.
Look
So
at
the
that
guy on the
hot
right-
spot is that hair, that color of hair right there in the middle of his fucking head. Shit.
Okay, so the guy on the right has a light coming from above and to the left side of the screen. Look at the lighting on JM's face. It don't match that.
Not to mention he has a fucking
Not
glowing
even in the
lightsaber right by his face, and he's not getting any of the
Well,
reflection
to be-
of the
to be fair,
lightsaber
that-
off of it.
That's simple rotoscoping. You're not going to get reflections of rotoscopes unless you rotoscope in the reflection. So we can't fault them on that because that's the original people that actually did the actual posing. That wasn't JM.
Why is it still oh, it's showing that. I'm trying to show this last picture. Hold on.
Oh, do you still got that one picture I sent you
Which one?
with him in the trench coat and the sunglasses? He
Yeah.
photoshopped his head onto.
All right, it says there's a problem with that one, so we'll go ahead and skip that one for 1 second and get in. Okay, hold on 1 second. Let me pull that off. All right, well, then we got Space Comma. NASA makes $60 million a day. Of course, they lie to make that much of a loss per day. Yeah, that's still only like 15 or 16 cents per person that lives in America. That's nothing.
Yeah, the day used diaries picture. I
Okay,
sent it
let
to you
me-
a few days ago.
Oh yeah, I see. I see. I remember it. I don't see it yet. Let me get to it. God, he's so helpless. He's shameless.
Oh.
I mean, good for him for not caring what other people think.
This is just now. I'll give him credit on this one. He did a good job photoshopping it, except for scale.
Oh God, This photo, I forgot about this one. Wow. Thank you, Sean, for reminding me. Holy shit. Let me zoom out and give.
Now, who all remembers the movie Beetlejuice with the shrunken head guy?
Oh,
You're
yeah.
about to-
Look at this. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, we don't even need to look at the bottom half of the photo. The top half is where it's at, bud. All right, let's go. Right there. Tiny head. Look at that head, man.
Oh my god!
That's why you don't fuck with the shaman in the afterlife, guys.
So he's got
So
a
if this
really
guy
long neck.
walks up.
But he's got a neck that's wider than his head. His head is like, it would take almost two heads to go from his neck, the side of his neck, to his shoulders, which is totally unproportional to the human body. and scroll down a bit so you can see his forearm.
Hold on, let me get that.
Because
He
here's
cocks
a
his
neat
own
little
hands in.
here's a neat little fact for you guys that is a real fun anatomical fact. If you hold
Look how big that
your
fucking coat is.
if you put your chin in the crook of your elbow, the top of your head should come up to your wrist. That's standard human proportions. Look at the size of that forearm from elbow to wrist, and then scroll back up to his head. He can fit almost two of his heads on his forearm. Scale, JM. When you Photoshop, you have to keep in mind scale.
He said, I'm just going to go get the baddest Steven Seagal looking motherfucker I can find. Excuse me.
Yeah,
And then I'm
he
gonna
literally
put
took
something-
he took a picture that he found on the internet somewhere. It had a nice even blue-gray background, so he was able to just cut that out entirely and repaste it back in. And then he put his own fucking head on this dude's body and scaled it too small.
Either that or he said, well, you know what? I really like this jacket, but it's made for somebody that's 6 times as big as I am. So just put a pillow on top of each shoulder and stuff the arms full of a bunch of dirty socks.
Well, that's why I went from elbow to wrist, because you can't extend your arm that way.
Ash Scott says, I just tried to... how the fuck am I supposed to get my chin into my elbow? I just tried.
Yeah, no shit, right?
It's
Sean
not that
told me
hard.
that, I was like,
Yeah, Sean.
let me try this.
It's
What are
not
we
that
trying
hard.
to
Put your chin in your elbow.
Yeah, I'm doing it right now.
What are we doing? We're trying to touch our chin in our...
No, not your chin to your elbow.
Yeah.
The crook of your elbow, the inside angle of it,
Yeah.
and then
I
just...
can't get my
and
chin
then-
to touch that.
You guys need to work on flexibility. Jesus Christ.
I can, look,
No.
I'm doing it.
No, put your chin in that little crook and hold your arm straight up. The top of your
How?
head should come up to your the top of your head should come up to your wrist.
I can't do it.
Sean, your body shouldn't do that.
I
Dude, I'm like I'm like
I
one and a
did
half
it!
jointed.
I'm stuck. I'm fucking stuck.
It's like the worst face palm ever.
Yeah, no
not-
shit. It's
Well,
like
that's just because you're. Well, Craig, you got an excuse. You're fat. So.
yes, he is. It says Alter Ego says make your arm a beard. Like that?
Now, if you had hairy arms, you can pull off a good Robin Williams joke right about now.
All right, let's see. I think I'm gonna end this right here, guys. We're having a good time, but it's just all about. I wanted to update you guys on Dallas and just have a general conversation with you guys. I'm gonna try to do more live streams like this when I don't have a guest. We'll have some where we just do our interaction thing, but I do want to interact more with you guys, especially the new channel members. Big round of applause to all the new channel members who joined tonight. Everybody who was able to super chat, thank you very much. This peeing on the flat earth spam of emoji is for you.
Slave One says, "Does this head make my does my head look fat in this?" I was going to say, "Does this make my head look fat?"
Yeah, there's Daniel Pratt on screen. Okay, Janie says, when is the Flat Earth Conference, Team Skeptic? Janie, I think it's November 13th and 14th. The funny thing is we always talk about how Flat Earthers don't have jobs, right? And how they're all fucking broke-ass punks. Yeah, they're doing the fucking thing on either a Wednesday, Thursday, or a Thursday. I think it's a Wednesday, Thursday is when they're doing the conference. They don't have jobs. Now, Grant, I'm here. I don't work. I do this. I live off of you guys, entertaining you guys at least. The flat earthers don't do that. They just go broke and be poor, and then they go broke and be poor, and they believe in the flat earth, and it's okay because it's not their fault, it's the man's fault. But I do have, let's see, coming up, Simon Dan, Sunday. We have Simon Dan coming on Science or Satire 008, I believe. Yeah, I know, this will be fucking insane. I also have a new video that should be out tomorrow. I'm not going to guarantee that it's going to be out. It's going to be a really good video. I'm going to give you the heads up. The idiot counter and the dinger are not going to be in this next video. I know. Cuss at me, throw tomatoes, throw pickles, whatever the fuck throw eggplants at me, okay? Throw those eggplants. But at the same time, this video is going to be more of a in the minds of flat earthers video. So I'm going to kind of take what they say and how they respond in this video to certain questions that were asked to them, and I'm going to break down what I believe the reason that they get it wrong, because they're so wrong. And as a bonus, 2 of JM Truth's business partners are both in the video. So I will be covering Shelly and her Wendell, I guess is his name. Weirdo? Some weird ass looking dude.
Let's go with Weirdo.
Yeah, Weirdo. I'll be covering Shelly and Weirdo Wendell. Weirdo Wendell. Weirdo Wendell. Okay, I'm gonna be saying that over and over moving forward. All right, yeah. So I will be. That video should be coming out either tomorrow, maybe on Sunday. If it doesn't come out on, if I'm not confident about it being ready to go. I'm not gonna rush it. I'll just wait and put it out on Monday. But I will try to get it out to you guys by Saturday so you can have some weekend material to talk about. And we have a live stream on Sunday. Sunday's live stream will not be this late in the evening. It will be earlier in the afternoon, only because Simon Dan he's got like a 6:30 p.m. bedtime or some shit like that, and can't make it. Can't stay up long. That was his response. I sent him this long 30-page message asking him to come onto the show and just be Simon Dan for us, and he responded, "I'll have to leave early." I'm like, what kind of fucking response is that?
You take what you can get.
I
you
said
take what
Simon
you
Dan.
can get, right?
Okay, so that everybody knows, Simon Dan is actively smearing me. Okay, he's in an active smear campaign. Originally, when he hit 200,000 subscribers, I was really close to 200K. So me and him agreed on a nickname that he would call me, and it's called 10% Team.
20K.
Okay? Yeah, no, well, at the time, he was calling me 10% Team because I was 10% of Simon Dan. Now he's gone above that. Now I'm 9% Team, guys. So this is becoming worse and worse as as each day goes on. But yes, we're gonna have Simon Dan on there. Yeah.
Do you know when me and Dan are talking privately about you? Do you know how he refers to you?
I don't want to know.
FIFA bitch.
Do you have evidence of this?
Yeah.
No, you don't. Show it to the world. If you have evidence,
do.
if you have actual evidence of Simon Dan calling me FIFA B word, Family Channel, remember guys? FIFA B word. I want to see this. I want to see this. And it better not be real.
Messages.
I'm just letting Simon Dan know now. It better not be real. All right, so let me go through this. I've already covered everybody that's super chat. Good deal. All right. Do you have it, or are you just making that shit up? Because it sounds to me like you're just making.
I'm trying to find it. No, he definitely called you FIFA bitch. I'm trying to remember if it was on Discord or on Twitter.
You hear that, guys? If you are a Team Skeptic fan, please unsubscribe.
Here we go.
From Simon Dan.
Oh no, wait, go.
You hear this? You hear this shit? No, don't unsubscribe from him yet, because Fight the Flat Earth does not have proof. Back to doing his regular old thing, just making claims that he can't back up, just like a goddamn Flat Earth idiot.
Ding.
Look at that zombie robot
You
sheet.
say it.
Team Skeptic. Greater sign, Simon Dan. Yes. I like the way you think there. I like the way you think, zombie. Let's see, Anthony Riley. Anthony Riley and Orphan Red make crazy
I can't
babies
find it,
in
but I
Team
do have it
Skeptic's
somewhere.
video he's releasing tomorrow. Yeah, Nathan Nicholson. That one's not on the video that's going on YouTube. That'll be the secret video on Pornhub. All right, so
I'll just say, Craig, extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence.
that's right. So don't unsubscribe.
I'm
from
pretty
Simon
sure I
Dan
sent
yet.
you the screenshot of that.
I
a while
refuse
ago,
to
Timo, so I'm going
admit
back in our
to.
chats.
I refuse to admit that I accepted that screenshot ever. So
That sounds like denial. Just
Yeah.
saying.
Sean, hush.
Hey,
Please.
just making an observation.
All right. So on our Discord, we have set up a Dallas, a Flat Earth International Conference Dallas room. If you're in the Discord, then please join. If you want to, I have two different
Found
things
it.
in the room. Shut up! No, you didn't. Did you really?
Okay.
Hold on. Let me get
Let
you
me
get it
just
prepared.
get that
You get it
into
prepared.
VMix.
I'm not going to show you
You,
until I
you get it
verify
prepared while he hides you on the camera.
Yeah, I'm not
Yep,
hiding
exactly.
fight the flat Earth. What are you talking about? Oh my
There we
God!
go.
All right, see, not true. There we go.
Oh, screenshot.
All right, so there you go,
I've got
guys.
the
Look at that.
evidence.
Look at that. You see this shit, guys? Do y'all see what my biggest hurdle in climbing to the top is?
I'll
Simon
just say-
Dan hates me.
I'll just say hashtag field rotation is a thing.
Yes, and he's
Yeah.
coming on Sunday to have to deal with it all, guys. He's
Just
coming on Sunday.
just ask him when Hal Bop was last seen. That's all you got to do.
Oh,
No,
I've given him.
No,
I've
no,
given
no,
him shit.
no. We've given him shit over that, but he's actually done a correction on that one. He still has yet to do the correction on field rotation.
Yeah, he's scared of me.
Yeah.
He's scared of me in real life. He'll see me in some online soccer, but real life, he's scared. He's already told me. I was like, hey, I'll fly out to come see you. I have a little extra money. What's your address? I'll be there tomorrow. And he's like, oh, yeah, no, I'll be at the police station tomorrow.
Yep.
So if you're going to go
That's
with me,
right,
go
guys.
with me there.
Hashtag FIFA bitch. Let's get that going.
Hashtag FIFA bitch. Really? No.
Oh, it
it's-
was nice having you in the hangout there, Craig. But
Yeah, stop censoring Harold. We're going to change. Oh, wow. I didn't even type that anywhere. I just literally typed that into nothing. All right. Stop censoring Harold. And not FIFA bitch, I guess. All right. Don't listen to him. Oh, my God. Look at that. I can't even not censor Harold, guys. It literally censors me from stopping the censoring
I tried
of
to
Harold.
type hashtag stop censoring Howard and it came up hashtag FIFA bitch. I don't know why it did that. That's just weird.
must be a
Fucking
YouTube
lies.
thing.
That is goddamn lies.
Yeah.
All right. So tonight I had a good time
we
hanging
got
out with
hashtag
everybody.
leave FIFA bitch alone.
Who fucking said that?
Jeff Roberts, hashtag leave FIFA bitch alone.
Jeff Roberts. Let me find him. He's dead to me. I don't see that. You
He's
made
one of your
that shit up
members. You gotta be
too.
nice.
You made that shit
Oh,
up.
yep,
too.
there it is.
Right now.
I see it.
Maybe I just.
It's the second green name going up. Well, not the
Jeff
fourth green name.
Roberts. Dead to me. DED dead. Yes, we have a good time at Team Skeptic. I'm glad you guys made it to the end of this shit show. Please like, subscribe, share. My live streams have been getting a lot of views, guys. I do appreciate that. I already told you guys I never really ever considered myself a live streamer. So for me to do this, it actually is, it's taking me out of my norm, and I kind of like it. I kind of like where it's taken me and put me. I think it's a good thing for us to have conversation, even if it's conversation that's weird, wacky, even if it's scientific, even if it's just random conversation. It's great to be having these types of conversations, and I'm so glad that the people in the chat love it. Thank you again to all my new members. Thank you to everybody who is a current member and current patron. Also, thank you to all of the people who were able to super chat and donate. Let me make sure I didn't miss any donations. Nope. Okay, good deal. So, the donation link, of course, will stay up, and you guys can feel free to donate. Like I said, anything that comes in on donation link will either go towards the Flat Earth Conference or getting the stuff to do my filming properly, because as you can tell, most of you, anybody that's in that knows the quality of real cameras can tell that I'm using a webcam to record all my videos. It's a bit harsh, but and I'll eventually have it. My parents have already asked me what I wanted for Christmas, and I said camera. That's easy enough. That's what I want. I want a camera. But once I have that camera, my videos will be a lot better looking. I'll get a proper green screen, and we'll have some fun with it. Outside of that, thank you again, everybody, for coming on. And oh my God, it's time to try. I'm gonna go ahead and click end stream now. So when it ends it should end it right on time if I do it like right now. Okay. I'm Father Skeptic.